Right. What is up, everybody? Welcome back once again to Hot Toys Hotline Live, episode 43. But guys, we have a very special episode today because we're going to start right off with it. I know I mentioned it on Tuesday's stream, but guys, I hit 1,000 subscribers finally. So this is kind of like our almost 1,000 subscriber special, because the real special is going to be when we start giving away some stuff. And as I am introducing the stream, Sean's in here. What's up, Sean? We'll let him load up here. But yes, guys, I just wanted to start off by saying thank you so much, everybody, for helping us reach 1,000 subscribers. I very much appreciate it, and I'm very humbled by it. We already have some super chat, so you guys have found out. I posted earlier about it, but yes, the channel is monetized now. So, of course, you don't have to. Everything is totally free here, but if you would like to donate, you now have that option too, now that I am an officially partnered YouTube channel. But once again, guys, I very much appreciate you all tremendously. I have a couple of fun things to do at the beginning of the stream and some stuff to show you guys. But before we do that, I want to say what's up to everybody on the panel, and then we'll say what's up to everybody in the chat, and then we'll get going with some fun stuff and some announcements before we talk about all the information that we have this week. A lot of good stuff. So I want to say what's up to my boy CMB in the house. CMB, I hope you're doing well, man. It's good to have you as always.
Always fun to be here.
And fitting that all my boys are here for the 1,000 subscriber stream, the first one post hitting 1,000. And next, guys, of course, we have Ryan from Mr. Mom Collectibles, kind of famous right now. If you guys are looking into Delorean content, Ryan's absolutely killing it. I'm like, dude, like you're crushing me with views, man. Like you're killing it. So yes, guys, we have Ryan from Mr. Mom Collectibles tonight, as always.
I appreciate sharing my Thursday night with you fellas, and congratulations on 1,000. No one deserves it more than you, and happy to be here, man.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, man. And then next, of course, we have Sean, the Hot Toys Nightmare, my friend. How you doing, Sean?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, dude. I'm great, actually. It's awesome to have you here.
You're a YouTube partner.
I know.
1,000.
I know. All the money's going in my head, right? That's what they were saying in the Facebook group chat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Obviously, they don't know how much money that really is.
I know, right? Right.
So now we have to
buy
give away
a number 3 combo meal at McDonald's.
I know. Now I can upgrade. I can upgrade to the combo meal from the dollar menu.
Size. You can actually afford large size.
They ask me super size. I say yes, please.
Or you can get extra chicken on your chalupa at Taco Bell.
There you go. Or hell, I'll go crazy and add extra meat. I'll get the chicken and the steak.
Oh, there you go. Oh,
balling. Dude, no, you're not making that much. Calm down.
That's very true.
Now we have to give away a heavy infantry Mandalorian.
Yeah, so Sean, I mean, I was going to wait till the video to actually tell everybody what we were doing. But yes, guys, we're going to be giving away a hot toy. We're going to be giving away some other stuff. I'm going to be giving away something this stream. That's a surprise to everybody. We're going to do it here very shortly. It's going to be a little bit of a quick little scavenger hunt for you all. But finally, guys, I want to say what's up to my boy Chris from the Collecting Madness. It looks like he finally got his connection in order this week, which I'm very happy about, because now we have Chris here for the whole stream, baby. How you doing, Chris?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm going to ask me again.
How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing good, brother. It is 1K. Where's the hype? Everybody like the stream? I love everybody in the chat. Let's go. Shout out some guy. If Big Dog Pound's here, whoa, because we get lit. He just hit 1K. Let's go.
Dude, I'm just waiting for him to collapse all of his details. Thank you, Chris. That was
I was waiting for the details.
You know, that's what I was waiting for too. Is like him just bump into one of them and they all start.
I love it.
Like checker.
Oh, and my doppelganger Austin.
All apart.
As well.
Yeah. So and the funny thing is I was every time we do some sort of special stream, I try to get Chris to do some stupid joke or something. He's like, dude, that's not funny. This one was unplanned. This was all Chris. So this time it's not me feeding him the script, but
you got to go out 1K all day.
Yes, sir. But guys, I'm gonna read a lot of the comments, and I already see a lot of super chats coming in, and I'm blown away, guys. So I'm gonna go through and read them all, and we're gonna say what's up to everybody in the chat as well. So let me say what's up to everybody, and then we'll go through the super chats. So let's see. We got our boy Some Guy in the house as always. He says, "Let's go, my peoples. Get your popcorn and your drink. Sit back and enjoy the show." Absolutely, dude. I love it. Carlito is here in the house. Carlito says, "Hey everyone, looking forward to tonight's stream." Well, I guess you would be here now, Carlito, so it's awesome to have you here as always. Razor Hate plays in the house. How's it going, Razor Hate? Good to see you. 12-inch Moose Stream says, hello, community of collectors. Epic stream tonight. It is going to be an epic stream indeed. A lot of fun stuff and some great stuff to talk about for sure. Who else we got here? Boba Fettuccine says, hey, this is the way. Good to see you as always, Boba. It's awesome to have you here. Who else do we have? We have Sluggin16. He says, good evening, fellow collectors. That's almost kind of Sean's thing, because Sean always says, good evening, everyone. So kind of a Sean nod right there, even though you probably didn't know that you were doing that. Let's see. Collector's Entity in the house. What's up, Collector's Entity? I hope you're doing well. Boba says he's very stoked for the 66 Joker. Yeah, I know a lot of people are, dude. I can't wait to talk about that. Matt is in the house and dropping some great news for Resident Evil fans like me. Matt also sent me the RoboCop game trailer. I was pretty excited about that. He says, hey, fellas, Resident Evil 4 remake demo available now. I'm excited to check that out, dude. I really, really am. And yes, Matt, actually, I believe Damn Toys has said their next line of figures is going to be Resident Evil 4. So don't you worry. You're going to get your wish. Let's see who else we got here tonight. Control-Alt-Delete says, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you, my friend. Misfit Wolf here as always. Misfit Wolf, it is good to see you as always. Control-Delete says he will stay as long as I can. Hey, thank you so much for popping in. That's all that matters. We're glad to have you here. Payton23 is in the house. He says, hashtag Kang Gang. And yes, Matt, the Last Chance page has been eventful, and we're absolutely going to talk about that today. I can't wait. My friend Ty is here as always. Ty says, hey, folks, massive congrats on getting 1K subs, bro. Super well deserved. Great job. Thank you so much, Ty. I very much appreciate it. Let's see who else we got here. The Gambino is in the house. He says, hello, family. Great to see you guys and everyone on the chat. The Gambino, it's awesome to see you as well. Always great to have you here. Thick Bantha Boy, always hyping me up. He says, 1K all day. Congratulations, Hot Toys Hotline. Big ups and props to the massive accomplishment. Can't wait for the M1 giveaway. The last part I don't agree with.
I heard Lane was giving it away.
Yeah, I heard Lane felt bad about the swoop bikes he didn't give away. As Sean calls him, Santa Kramer. He didn't give away the swoop bike, so maybe Lane will do the M1 giveaway, because, I mean, maybe like the 5-6 swoop bikes he was going to give away, that kind of amounts to an M1, you know? Let's see. We have Austin here in the chat. Austin says, hey, fellas. Hey, Austin, I hope you're doing well, dude. It's awesome to have you here. TK in the house said, by the order of dirty dishes. What's up, TK? I hope you're doing well, man. Violet is here. How you doing, Violet? Violet says, hey, what's up? Congrats on 1K. Thank you, Violet. Thank you so much. Owen did not make it tonight, guys, but he says, here in spirit. Have a good stream, guys. Thank you, Owen. We appreciate you, dude, as always.
Woke him up. That's what happened.
I did wake him up with that tag.
Yep.
Let's see who else. Oh, yeah, we got hashtag Doppelganger Brothers. We also have Eric in the chat tonight. He says, 1K, hell yes. I love it. Good to see you, Eric. CSI is also in the chat. CSI, I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you as always. Guys, I'm going through a lot of comments, so sorry if I missed some of you. Don't worry. I'll double back throughout the stream and say what's up to everybody. Big Brita in the house. He says, hi, everyone. Let's go. Guys, tonight when we talk about the 66 Joker, my boy Big Brita came in clutch with that early review. So we're going to actually use Brita's review to talk about that Joker. So fitting that we have Brita here. Tremble Dust is in the house. What's up, Tremble Dust? I hope you're doing well, man. TX Boy is here. He says, what's up, 1-6 fam? What's up, TX? Big Dog Pound dropping the woo. What's up, Big Dog Pound? It's good to see you as always, dude. Let's see. We got Ghostbusters Plus Collector. He says, congrats, buddy. Much more to come. Everyone subscribe and smash that like button. Everyone, I hope everyone is good. Thank you so much, dude. Also, head on over to Ghostbusters Plus Collector's channel. He's got some great videos going on over there. Much appreciated, dude. Gap After Dark is here. He says, hey, Hot Toys. Hello, all. Hello to you, Gap. I hope you're doing well. Guys, again, I'll get the rest of you. Let me go through the super chats because there's quite a few of them. And once again, guys, you guys are humbling me every second here. I very much appreciate the super chats. It definitely means a lot to me that you guys are willing to spend your hard-earned money on me. So I very much appreciate it. And this one was from some guy, and this is officially the first super chat on the channel. And I had to message some guy personally. I'm like, dude, thank you so much. I mean, $20 is a lot of money, guys. And even $5 is a lot of money just to donate to somebody. So I very much appreciate it. Some guy says, in honor of our hashtag 1,000 subs to the Hot Toys Hotline family, let's go. Thank you so much, some guy. I very much appreciate it, dude. Carlito says, thank you all for the wonderful content. Carlito, thank you for supporting all of us. I see you kind of on everybody's channel, and we very much appreciate the support. So thank you so much for the super chat. Guys, I will try to get something together special, like kind of my own thing for super chats moving forward. I'm still working on it, but don't worry. I'll have something funny for the super chats moving forward. Of course, Ryan had to do this backstage in the midst of talking, and he's got to do this to me, man. He says, congrats, man, on hashtag 1000. Put this towards the Mars Toys 66 Joker. You're not going to get me with that, Ryan. Ryan really wants me to get that Joker. He says, congratulations, brother. Thank you so much, Ryan. I very much appreciate it, dude. I'm not going to get the Mars. Look, it's beautiful. We're going to talk about it, but you're not going to get me, dude. You're not going to get me.
We'll see about that.
We will see about that. I guess we will, because I've said that before, right? Sluggin16, Sluggin, I very much appreciate it, dude, with a $10 super chat. He says, congrats, Connor, to 1,000 subs and one of my favorite YouTube streamers. Keep up the good work and giving us awesome content. Well, hey, the fact that you consider me your favorite is very humbling to me. I very much appreciate that. And I promise you guys, like I said on Facebook, I will try my best to put out stuff that's worth keeping your subscription. So thank you so much. Let's see what else we got here, guys. I'm just scrolling through a lot of comments. Let's see. My friend Trevor from 16 Shooter says, congrats on 1K with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Trevor. And guys, as always, head on over to 16 Shooter and check out Trevor's channel. He does some great live streams. I always like checking. I believe it's called 16 Pack. It's a clever little stream that he does. Yeah, I love the name, and I always check it out when I can. So thank you so much, Trevor. But guys, definitely check out Trevor. 16 Shooter. Look who it is. My friend, Oilers Workshop, Jordan in the house. He says, ooh, 1,000, big man. Here's some money. Now dance. Dude,
Dance, boy, dance.
I do tend to do some dancing sometimes. Everybody here on the panel knows I've got all these goofy videos that I sent them. Maybe next stream I'll bring it up. I forgot to bring it up, but
I think you should do it now.
And I've got one of Sean too.
Yep.
Sean mimicking me.
You gotta bust out of Vogue.
Maybe I will.
Your super chat thing. The video.
That's clever. That's
it.
Clever. Maybe
Just
I'll do that.
One of every one of us. You get a random panel member dancing as your
we'll
super
do that.
chat.
We'll do that. That's clever. But thank you so much, Jordan. It means a lot, dude. And Jordan, you're one of those people that's been supporting me and has been a good friend to me ever since the beginning. So I very much appreciate you coming through, man. I very much do. And guys, of course, as always, check out Oilers Workshop on YouTube and on Instagram and wherever else he is. And also, Jordan makes absolutely amazing props. So if you want any crazy diorama or prop stuff done, he's the man to go to because he does amazing, incredible work. So definitely check him out. Doug Gambino with the $5 super chat. Thank you, Gambino, so much. I know you said what's up to everybody. It's so good to have you here, and I very much appreciate the $5 super chat. Thank you so much, man. Let's see what else we got here. I'm just scrolling through. Collector's Entity with the $5 super chat. He says, congrats. Thank you so much, Collector's Entity. It's great to have you here, and I very much appreciate the generous $5 from you. Again, guys, I'm just very humbled, and again, I'm sorry if I'm skipping over comments. We're definitely going to roll back through and catch some comments, but thank you so much, Collectors. I very much appreciate it. Control Delete. Oh, guys, you guys are crazy, man. Come on, guys. You're too good to me. He says, my support for your stream. Congratulations again. Thank you so much. I very much appreciate it. Control Delete. And thank you so much for being here as always. And as you said, you're just poking in and out, but hey, it just means a lot to me that you're actually here. So thank you so much. But guys, I think we've gone through all the super chats. Let me see if I have to say what's up to some more people. I do. Stevie Weeby in the house. He says 1,000 subs. Hell to the yes. Way to go, Hot Toys Hotline. Crushing it. Pay the man, YouTube. Well, I appreciate that, man. I very much do. And it's good to have you here as always. Polo Ralph Lauren is here. He says, congrats on the 1K. Thank you so much. Oh, Hot Toys Collector is here. He says, giving us awesome content. Where's the Ryu review? Hot Toys Collector, you can ask CMB and Ryan can attest to it. I did say I'm going to try to get that finished this weekend. So I promise you the Ryu review is coming. I tried something new with filming. I ordered some new stuff and it didn't work out. So that set me back a little bit. But I think for now, I'm just going to use what I have. And I want to get that review out because I'm really excited to talk about it. So don't you worry. I'm going to get that Ryu review out for you. Don't you worry.
He was talking about it.
Thank you. Thank you. So you can attest to it.
I can attest.
Thick Panther Boy says, what? No N1 giveaway? I'm out. Pulling my support and my bot of armies, my army of bot subs. LOJK, never leaving. I also sell it for one of those swoop bikes that Lane hasn't located. That's true. Maybe we can get Lane to find one of those.
I'm still waiting on mine.
Exactly. We're all waiting. I didn't buy one for that reason. I thought I was getting one from Lane. Steve Showcase says, hello, everyone. Hello to you, Steve. It's good to see you as always, my friend. All right, guys. So I want to announce a couple things. One of them we've already seen, but I want to remind everybody here, and then we're going to do a quick little fun giveaway, and I'm really excited to see who gets it first. But so the first thing I wanted to announce, guys, and this is nothing new, but some of you may have not heard of it. We do have a coupon code for you guys at 16 Kit. So you can use code Hotline for $10 off your purchase. Again, I don't make any money whatsoever off of that, but I've seen a lot of people asking where to buy certain figures, especially with the Mars Toys Joker coming up. 1/6 kit is definitely your place, especially for third-party stuff. Or if you're overseas, his prices are a lot better for Hot Toys typically than buying from Sideshow. So I just wanted to share that with you all. But I also, guys, I got you another coupon code. And again, this one does not make me any money whatsoever. I get nothing out of it, but the enjoyment of you guys saving money. So I do now have a code for Off the Racks. For those that are curious, it is otrcollectibles.com. If you search Off the Racks, like CMB pointed out to me, you're going to find like a clothing boutique or something. But otrcollectibles.com, if someone wants to drop a link in the chat, we do have a coupon code HGH, and it'll save you $15 off. And once again, I get nothing out of it. It's just for you guys. So I wanted to announce that. But next, guys, we're going to do a little giveaway. So everybody listen very closely. Listen very closely. So the question is, and this is for a $20 gift card to the comic shop of your choice from me personally. The question is, who appeared on my very first stream? What is their username? They've never appeared on any other stream ever again. They appeared on my very first stream. What was their username? That person who appeared on the stream with me that's never appeared on another stream. What was their username? First person that gets it, the exact username, gets a $20 gift card from me to the comic shop of their choice. You're going to have to go through and watch the video. It won't be hard. So the first person to pull up the very first stream, and everybody on the panel is eligible too. So it really depends who gets it. And you can't just use his first name. You have to tell me his username exactly how it's written. So Austin said his name, but you have to say the username. I want the username. So the first person to say his username. This is fun. I want to see who gets there first. Euler says Denobi too. Great guess, man. Banana Man. God. JB says, God, what's up? By the way, JB, I hope you're doing well, man. Good to see you. You guys are, come on, guys. All you got to do is scroll to the, everybody's giving me all these crazy answers. It is that person, TK, but what was his username when he appeared on stream? You got to give me his username.
Bruh, Owen used like my old user. I don't even know how he found that.
There we go. We have a winner, guys. And just to show you, is written right here. BH-82886. We have a winner. So good job, Ghostbusters Plus Collector. You win $20 to the comic shop of your choice. So message me on Facebook and or on Instagram, and we'll work out what comic shop you would like that through. Great find. Howard Chan. We got a lot of great answers here. Howard Chan.
Well done.
Yes. Pokey. Yeah. A lot of Howard Chans. Guys, I wish I had Howard Chan on my my stream. That would be amazing. Mike Piazza. Dude, a lot of great answers here, but none of them are correct. Aaliyah says, congrats on the 1K. Thank you so much, Aaliyah. I very much appreciate it.
Sweet of her.
Very sweet of her. TK with a $5 super chat. Is it, if you read this, you lost the giveaway. Unless you're Ghostbusters, you lost the giveaway. Congrats, by the way, Ghostbusters. Good find. And thank you, everybody, for participating. I thought that'd be fun to kind of throw in there. I didn't tell anybody on the panel exactly what I was doing just to make it fair. And then Sean, come on, man. Sean, you're too sweet. Look at his smile. Sean's a sweet guy. Sean says, congrats on 1,000. Give us you on top of a pile of dirty dishes with goats yelling like the band. Sean, I don't think I could make that happen, but I very much appreciate the super chat. Sean, you never.
What did you say that last part was? Like a what?
That was like a bantha.
Okay, I just want to make sure you said that correctly.
I did. Don't you worry. Pokemane. Yeah, we got a lot of great answers. Begars and Caken. I like that.
Nice.
It's got a ring to it. It's got a ring to it.
I like that.
You said rolls off the tongue. Yes, it does.
John Lennon.
Yes, that's a great one too. But all right, guys, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get right into the information for this week. Believe it or not, we're gonna start today with the good stuff. Well, I don't want to say with the good stuff because there's a lot of good stuff, but we're gonna start. That's right. We're gonna talk about the Bad Batch, guys. I mean, come on now. You guys know. Let me pull this off the screen that's in front of Sean's face here. You guys know I've been talking about this forever, right? I've been talking about Wrecker begging to get my favorite clone. My favorite member of the Bad Batch. I don't want to say my favorite clone. That's Rex. But my favorite member of the Bad Batch. And finally, he's here. Now, it's funny with this, guys. And I'm going to pull up a video. Actually, I don't want to use the Sideshow photos because that's horrible. So we're going to pull up a video. I just wanted to show you the Sideshow listing so you can see the price. $290 for this, guys. I mean, if we put it in a price perspective, the Heavy Mando Paz Vizsla 1.2, if we want to call it that, that one does not come with the head sculpt, and that's $285. So I think for the price of $290, I think that's pretty fair. But actually, we're going to pull up a video. Of course, guys, as always, MRC Collection Ventures is coming in clutch with the previews from Secret Base. So we're going to pull up a video of Wrecker, and we're going to talk about it. But guys, this one, you guys know, I was losing my mind. Actually, the first person to message me about this was Matt. I was kind of half asleep, and I just saw a message on my phone from Matt saying Wrecker in all caps. And I'm like, no way. My girlfriend's like, what are you yelling about? I was yelling about Wrecker, guys. I was just too excited. I yelled, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
kicked your ass out of bed, made you sleep on the couch.
Exactly. She's like, get out of here. What are you yelling about? But it was Wrecker. That's what I was yelling about. But yes, guys, Wrecker. I'm really excited about this one. And it's funny. I want to stop this here. When I first saw this sculpt, I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. But I'm not going to lie. As I've looked at it over the past couple days, personally, it's very much grown on me. I really do like it. And I'm not going to lie. I do see Arnold Schwarzenegger in the sculpt. But that makes it kind of cool to me, you know, because I love Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's one of my favorite actors of all time. So it's like having Arnold Schwarzenegger as a clone is kind of cool to me. Now, obviously, out of all of the Bad Batch that we've seen thus far, these two, Tekker and Wreck, have the most like kind of different from Tamara Morrison's likeness, in my opinion. Because when I look at like Hunter and Echo in my collection, you could see Tamara Morrison there, right? Whereas with these, it's not quite Tamara Morrison-esque like the other ones, you know. And I'm fine with that. It's something different. But again, the sculpt has very much grown on me. So, Euler says the fact that you have a girlfriend and a room full of toys. Yeah, I'm lucky. I very much am lucky. She doesn't like the volume in which I'm buying, which I don't blame her because I'm buying a lot of stuff lately, but it's okay. I like how I also notice as we move on to cigars to hear his thoughts, and I'll talk more about Wrecker after we hear cigars thoughts, but I like how he changed it to cigars and cake, and I like that. That might have to be a
I do that for CSI Grissom.
Yeah, CSI, that's a good one, dude. I like that. But cigars, what are your thoughts? I know we have Tekker and Wrecker, but we're just talking about Wrecker for the time being. What are your thoughts on Wrecker? And can't even talk. Specifically, your thoughts on the sculpt, because I know that's a big topic of conversation.
I like it. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it. You know, I like how they went the extra mile and made sure to give you that dead eye that he has. I don't have any complaints about the price tag, because if you look at the others, you know, they're around the same price. He's a little bit pricier, but he's taller than all of them. So, I mean, it makes sense that he's going to be just a little bit more pricier than they are, just given his height. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I'm excited for it. It's awesome to see Hot Toys completing an actual team this quick, because usually when they try to do a whole lineup or a team, it could be years in between before you actually get the whole lineup. But in this case, you know, they're trying to keep it on pace and give it to us. I think they're trying to do it on purpose so that way it doesn't lose the hype or people get burnt out and say, you know what, I don't have to wait so long. I don't think I want Echo and Hunter anymore. I think I'm just going to sell my lineup. Like most people did with the Justice League, you know.
Yeah.
It took so long that people, for Cyborg, for people to complete, that they just ended up selling their Justice League figures. So I think there's a smart move for Hot Toys to try and push the lineup as quick as possible to get the whole team going. Now, are they doing it because maybe they have plans for season 2 figures to drop? Which I hope not, because I don't really like the way the armor colors are in season 2. I like the original armor that they got going. I'm hoping if they do some season 2 figures that we get other characters that are being shown. I don't want to do any spoilers because I don't know how far people are watching the episodes, but the different characters that we are seeing in season 2 as far as other clones, I would like to see those as Hot Toys figures for Bad Batch season 2 figures. But I mean I can see where you kind of see Arnold Schwarzenegger, but at the same time it's literally Tamara Morrison, but like if he were beefier, like if he was Arnold Schwarzenegger's stature from the 80s.
Yeah. I said, it's for me, I don't as much see Tamara, but it doesn't bother me. Like I love the sculpt, and like you said, they did a great job with that scarred eye. I think it looks great.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have no
They
complaints.
did a great job on the scarring too. I mean, look at MRC's video. I mean, great. I mean, 4K is he's taking some amazing video footage. I mean, he's getting in
Look
there.
at
You could see
that.
all the scars going across his cheek into his nose, on the side of his face. I mean, I have no complaints. I think it looks great. Me personally, I'm just gonna keep them all helmeted because I just like to keep my Star Wars people with helmets on.
Yeah,
So,
I hear you.
but I mean, no complaints. If I were to ever take the helmet off, I wouldn't have a complaint about, oh, it doesn't really look like it's gonna, like it is the character or anything like this. For me, it just they killed it. I'm happy. I can't wait to get the rest of the team. I've already got plans to go ahead and pre-order this as soon as possible with tech. See how I'm
Yeah.
free now, and I'm back in the pre-order game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get. I think I'm gonna get Crosshair sooner than later because I'm worried now that these are out and he's getting close to that window, right? So I'm probably gonna grab Crosshair soon, just to secure him because I mean I already have the other two. I don't want to miss out on any of them, but that's just my personal way of doing things. But yeah, well said, dude. I mean, I think he looks great. And Clone Trooper, to answer your question, I don't believe that they have. I don't think we've ever seen any sort of explanation as to how we got those scars. You want to know how I got? That's what reminds me of the Joker quote. But yeah, I don't think they ever have explained that. Maybe in some sort of media that isn't on the show. I don't know because I don't read a lot of the books and stuff, but I don't believe so as far as I know. Oh, and Austin says Clone Trooper no. So hey, there you go. If Austin and I said it, it must be true, right? Euler says Tick and Rekka, my favorite Kiwi Space Marines. Dude, I absolutely love the Bad Batch, man. I mean, it's such a fun show, and I understand some people aren't really into it, but I absolutely love it. And KTH is saying that they're going to need Omega as well. Yeah, I mean, me personally, I really just need the original crew, but if we get Omega, that's just a bonus, right? And Ryan, I know that you're not going to be getting the Bad Batch stuff, so it doesn't really interest you. So you kind of have like an unbiased opinion, but what are your thoughts as a whole on Wrecker?
I mean, it's nothing really but positive. But yeah, like I said, I'm just not invested into the show, which is one of those lines. I never watched the show, so yeah, I'm like totally like an outsider looking in. I understand everything, but I think they look fantastic. From what I heard on various streams, it seems like these been received very positively from pretty much everyone. Doesn't seem like the community is divided on it. I think the sentiments that I have, I think everyone does, is that I'm happy for everybody. I can understand the hesitation possibly of getting. I think it was Rex and who the first two were Rex and
No, the first it was
sorry,
Echo and Hunter.
Echo and Hunter. Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
that's how good I am with the clones, right? So, yeah,
Hey, at least you admit it. That's all
don't
right.
beat me up in the comments about it. But anyway, I can understand because I know a lot of people were holding off on those with hesitation. Are they going to complete the set? Because Hot Toys is notorious for teasing you, and then they'll give you appetizer and the main course and no dessert. They won't finish everything, except if you're maybe you're the Avengers, which that's what kind of stinks, is that Marvel usually gets like most of the time, all the time. But I'm very happy for everybody that gets to complete the set because I did see the photos of the whole team together, and even like I said, I have no skin in the game. It's very impressive. So for everybody that has the opportunity to collect the whole series, I'm very happy for everybody. They look fantastic. I can't really pick them apart in terms of canon, how they look compared to the show. Like I can't go that deep into it, but they look great. The sculpts look fantastic. Like they look great from what I see. But I'm just really happy for the community that it seems like everyone's on the same side about they're happy. And like the number one thing I hear is, wow, I get the whole set. So now I think everyone who's running back and get the ones that are in stock right now, how long are they going to sit in Sideshow? You know what I mean? Now
Right. They may start moving now. Yeah.
They might start moving. So
yeah. Well, thank you, Ryan, for being happy for us because I'm definitely really excited for these. This was a very welcome surprise. Obviously, we knew they were coming, but we were like, when are they going to drop them? Because I mean, it's season 2 now. Hopefully, they drop them now because we're already waiting like a year, right? So it's like I'm very happy that they dropped them now. And yes, Clone Trooper, this very much makes me want a wolf as well. I kind of had that same vibe when I first looked at this head sculpt. So it's a great point you made there. And Austin says they translated cartoon to real life application. A little odd, but it looks good. I agree. Right. The sculpts are good. They are definitely a little weird, but I like it, and I'm personally going to be using the sculpts. So that's coming from somebody who's not just going to put the helmet on them. But also there's a lot of people who are like, the sculpts maybe aren't for me, but I'm putting the helmet on them anyway. So it doesn't bother me. So I totally understand both sides for sure. Carlito says, I think these both look great. I have Echo and Hunter in hand, and they're amazing figures. Totally agree. I do as well. He said, if they continue to put out this quality with the rest of the team, it will be one of the best complete lines. And yes, dude, they're going to look so good together, man. And like Ryan said, they often in the past have kind of skimped us on getting the whole team. But as of late, they've been doing a much better job. I mean, again, I still think we're going to get those other Inquisitors. So we might have a complete line of Inquisitors as well. I know some people in the chat are cringing at just hearing that, but me personally, I'm excited to check it out. But yeah, definitely a great point there, Carlito. And Oilers says, before we move on to Chris, he says, I need these two, and Omega, and she reminds me of one of my best friends, dude. Well, I hope that we get it, and that's really awesome that you have that connection with the character. I would love to see it. Like I said, for me personally, I'm happy just getting the original crew. Omega is just a bonus, because I do like the character, but the original crew is what I mainly wanted, but I don't see why they wouldn't do it. But Chris, I believe you don't really have much interest in the Bad Batch, but what are your thoughts on these figures as a whole?
Well, I liked watching them do what they do. They're unique for a reason. They're called the Bad Batch for a reason. I think it's impressive that they're including the sculpts with these or whatever. I know a lot of people wanted those, so kudos and congrats to everybody who's going to be picking them up and whatnot. I know Tamora Morrison is definitely getting paid from all of these likenesses,
yes,
but as far as them doing the whole team, like, I'm impressed because, yes, it's a completed line, maybe for once or whatever, but I'd be more impressed with what you mentioned as being the Inquisitors. This, I feel like, is kind of close to the more clone armor, and they've kind of got that down to science, so it's almost like their bread and butter. So I feel it's a little bit easier for them to just kind of do these as they've done so many of them by now. But yeah, so just happy for everybody else. They won't be making it into my collection, but they're definitely a sight to look at. And I see your collection every once in a while, so I'll be able to go give them a watch.
Yeah. Well, once again, Chris, we appreciate you being happy for us, because it's good, right? I mean, you don't always have to buy everything, but you can appreciate when it looks like Hot Toys did a good job, so I very much appreciate that, dude. But someone that I do know is excited about these is Sean, the Hot Toys Nightmare. Sean, talk to us about Record, man. What are your thoughts on the figure, and especially that head sculpt?
Well, I'm glad that, they gave us the head sculpt for Arnold from Commando. That was pretty cool. But yeah, I think they did actually, like, looking through it, the weathering on the armor is great.
Yeah,
the detail they went into it.
Hi, baby girl.
It's hard until. Okay, so Chris believes this is his baby girl. I was
talking to my cat.
Yeah, I'm sure you were.
No, I was. Come here.
Yeah, Chris is gonna hold record. Oh, my baby girl. Anyways. Oh, yeah, you're a home wrecker too, aren't you? Yes, you are. Anyways, no, looking at this though, like, is it just me, or does it look like some of the markings and everything on it? It looks like they've actually indented some of the armor, like in his chest.
Interesting.
Maybe it's just the light. Maybe it's just the light. But
I was going to say, it's honestly probably the lighting, but the weathering does look great. I mean, we've seen that on the previous figures. The weathering is like second to none on these Bad Batch figures. They did such a great job with that. But
yeah, I want to know how like sturdy that knife is going to be, though.
Yeah,
I'm just curious on that too, because Hunter's was really good.
Yeah, I was going to say the one that comes with Hunter's pretty nice. Obviously, the thing with his, it's quite a bit bigger of a knife. That's like the like, this is a knife. That's the knife.
That's the Crocodile Dundee,
right, the Crocodile
space
Dundee
version knife right there.
Right, but
this is a knife.
Right, that's a wrecker size knife for sure. But yeah, I think it'll be oh, sorry, Lane. I apologize, Lane. I didn't realize you've been here for a couple minutes. But Lane is in the house. Perfect timing as we're talking about the Bad Batch, Lane. Lane, you're currently muted.
Oh, well, because you were talking, and so was he.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure because I didn't know if you wanted to say what's up.
Being polite. Thank you.
Thank you, Lane.
My cat got on here before you did.
Well, I've been sitting back there for over 5 or 6 minutes.
Okay, Lane, hold up. Okay, maybe you were there before you said
30 at
backstage.
32.
Well, he
Yeah,
may have been there
this-
before he typed that. To be fair,
Yeah.
So I'll give you that one, Lane. I'll let you have that one. But yeah, Sean, do you have any additional thoughts on Record before we move on to Lane?
No, the head sculpt is really good. I like the details in it, along with the thickness of the scarring.
Oh yeah, that looks great.
So I hope this stays how it is now. I don't think there's any improvements they need, and I hope they don't do anything to make the quality of it less than what they're showing.
Agreed. And like we said, I mean, it may look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but it looks damn good. Yeah, there's that scarring you're talking about.
I think they have to keep the detail for these figures, though, quite honestly. They need to try and keep them as close to prototype as they can for something like the Bad Batch, because these are niche for niche in some ways, even for Star Wars or something like that. Because the show itself has not been, like the Clone Wars, a runaway hit, I don't think quite as much. But,
yeah,
it's I can't talk too much though, because I just got my check on pre-order today. I got to go pay the down payment on it on Saturday.
Are you going to be getting Wrecker as well?
I'm probably going to get Wrecker, but I'm not pre-ordering him right now. Like, I was always good with getting 4 of these guys. I'm going to probably end up getting the whole team. Originally, I was going to get Wrecker and pass on Tech, because Tech is probably my least favorite of these guys.
Right.
As much as I want a whole line of something, if I don't like the character, I don't have an attachment, I don't want to go spend $300 on something,
Yeah, I mean, and just I want to pull this comment up too as you were saying that.
Go.
Ekwan says that's some investment to get the whole team, around $1,500, man.
Yeah. So I mean, it's very cool that it's so cool that we're actually getting the whole team. And these guys, these figures of these guys have had pretty good price point for what they come with and everything.
For
and
sure.
They're the detail on. I'm really, if you had said, Clone Trooper, definitely not doing that. But it is kind of amazing, because if there's one line, and I'm just speaking for not just prototype, but ones we've gotten already with Hunter and Echo. If there's a line of figures where we could have said, hey, Hot Toys is cutting corners on X, ABC, this is like the line we would have figured or something that could happen to, with the detail or something. But we've already had from Hunter and Echo already. Those figures came out great. You could make an argument they were maybe not figure of the year, but they could be like top 10.
For some people,
50,
I mean, Echo especially, a lot of people were
Yeah.
saying that was their figure of the year, but it depends on the person,
Yeah, but I mean, you can definitely say if you wanted to put them in the trooper category, because there was 8 or 10 or 12 troopers that came out type figures last year. That was like a 6 of them. What did they put out? You can make an argument either one of those, Hunter or Echo, were like the best trooper figure, even if you're not counting them as individual figures. I just think these guys, it feels like kind of the main character, like what we're talking named main characters and the trooper. These guys were like the ultimate synthesis, where they made them posable, they made them look cool, they got the facial sculpts for animated guys from probably a B at best tier. When you think about it in the upper stratosphere.
Well, yeah, if you compare it to like Rex and Commander Cody and stuff like that, they're definitely lower on people's list for sure.
But I bought Tech. I thought I thought he would be the one that I'd say goodbye to, because I don't love his helmet or stuff like that in comparison to Wrecker and some of the other characters. But when I saw that figure, I just went, I'm getting Tech, man. Like, I looked at
it's impressive, man. And while you're talking about it, we'll pull him up because we're kind of moving on to Tech now. But
Wrecker's cool. I do really think if you ask me who's the more interesting giant bodied guy that we've gotten, him versus Paz Vizsla, I would say, Wrecker's a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the head sculpt. He's got all those extra weapons and such. I mean, he's definitely a really cool.
And we're not having a sense of deja vu.
Exactly.
Either. But his price point, $279. So the rest of you guys and stuff, does that feel almost kind of like for head sculpted character? Maybe it's the new norm, I think. Yeah, is like for the 270, maybe 275, 279.
Right. Yeah, I think that's probably the new norm.
Because like
It's
take
good
it
to
into
see.
Anakin and some of the other ones like Attack of the Clones. So
Yeah.
do you guys think maybe when we get Return of the Jedi, when we start getting, not leaving if there's like a deluxe Vader or whatever, it's one of those things, but some other facial sculpt guys, where they're alien, human, or whatever we get, like this maybe 275 to 280-ish range. You think that's where we probably will see them?
I think so. I mean, we've seen enough data with like quite a few recent announcements to pre-order in the past like 4 or 5 months to know that this is probably the new norm for most figures. Obviously, every once in a while you get a figure where the licensing was probably a bit more expensive and they have to raise that price up a little bit. Cobb Vanth. But for the most part,
he does feel a little over expensive now, doesn't he?
Now he especially does, right? Especially when
Yeah.
you look at like the Inquisitors, you look at Tech, you look at Record,
Or
like
Attack of the
$300
Clones for Padme
or
and,
Padme
like,
and
Anakin.
Anakin, Mace Windu.
Those are at least as much stuff. Like even if you just
Yeah.
take the accessories and look and costume and stuff, they probably are just about the same relatively, and they're way cheaper.
For sure. All right, I want to address some comments here because they're piling up, but
Yeah.
then we'll talk some more about tech with everybody.
Yeah.
Let's see. Moose Stream says, I saw Echo and Hunter at a local comic shop. They were on sale for about $200. I had to pass. I haven't gotten to the show. It's very fair, but holy crap, that is a great deal. $200 per. I mean, I would have been happy to get that. I just got my Hunter, and I think I paid like $235 for him at a local comic shop, which wasn't terrible, but I could have done better. Single songwriters in the house. Good to see a single. And also, he's been offering some great options for different figures you can pose along these guys. So I'm going to bring those up. But he says, hello, collectors. I think Fennec Shand and Cad Bane will also go great with the Bad Batch. I also saw him mention the Super Battle Droids, and absolutely, dude, all of the battle droids that we have coming out will look great. Obviously, we've seen teases of the Tan B1 as well.
The Attack of the Clones one could work. The Attack of the Clones troopers. Go with them because they fought them in the Bad Batch series.
Yeah, so the B1s that we already got, the B2 Super Battle Droids.
Phase 2 have ones. Yeah, so that's a cool thing. You can have a whole team, and then you have multiple options. We might eventually see them with regular stormtroopers. Who knows?
Oh, for sure. And I can't remember whose photos. One of the photos of these two, they showed that, I think it was Wrecker, because he was like tackling the Tan B1 again. So yes, they showed the Tan B1 again. Obviously, we saw it on display with the regular colored, like dark tan colored staps. So that's really cool to see again, because obviously they're probably going to release that because it's just an easy repaint. I love this. This username is very interesting. It's Balls Deep in 1/6. Never seen that name before, but hey, dude, very clever. And he's got the Peacemaker, the Hot Toys Peacemaker, as his profile picture. He says, "Congrats to Hot Toys for completing this line and totally bailing on Baze Malbus. Huge L." Dude, you brought up an old wound, man. Baze Malbus is one I really need, and I've been crying.
Hot Toys ever did there.
Yeah, I've been crying about that one forever. Steve Showcase says, I day one pre-ordered Wrecker and Tech, so I'll have the complete set. Yeah, Steve, I'm really excited for you, man, and I'm excited for myself because I can't wait to see it. Let's see what else we got here. It's just so funny. We have all the comments when Sean brought up that he looked like Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's funny. See what else we got here. Clone Trooper says, I did see an actual scratch on the chest armor. Not sure if it was intentional. I mean, you never know, dude. Obviously, there's QC issues, and it is a prototype. So it's very possible. Jonathan M's in the house. He says, what's up? What's up to you, Jonathan? I hope you're doing well, dude. And Steve wants to know, Lane, is there any luck locating those Illusion swoop bikes? I guess he's talking about the Santa Kramer version of you. Are there any swoop bikes?
There are no swoop bikes, even in this house, because my swoop bike got sold.
Oh, man. Well, there you go. There's your answer. And also, Jonathan, we do have a super chat from Jonathan. Thank you so much, Jonathan, for the $2. He says, when an episode of The Bad Batch is good, it's really good. And I agree. I mean, I have very much enjoyed this season of The Bad Batch, but I do think it's been kind of like slow at some parts. A lot of adventure this season, right? It's mostly like them adventuring and doing jobs for Sid. Come on, Goggles. Like, you know.
Does it feel kind of like, though, maybe the one bad thing is like for drawing you into the plot of what's going on in the episodes, that some of the best episodes are the ones that The Bad Batch haven't actually been in.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the first episode with,
I mean, hey, look at Book of Boba Fett, dude. The best episode was mostly The Mandalorian. So it happens, right?
Well, I just think it's funny for the simple fact that we had an episode from an animated series that was almost completely about politics, but it was about the clone. So it was actually engaging. and didn't make you like some of the politics episodes, say, of Clone Wars, to put you to sleep, like the whole Clovis arc or something, with the banks.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting too. Michael Littleton's in the house. He says, howdy. What's up to you, Michael? I hope you're doing well. And Control Delete says, Wrecker head sculpt is good, but I prefer Paz Vizsla overall, which is fair. It's really up to your personal preference, especially since it comes with the big railgun. And that railgun is pretty awesome. I think Paz Vizsla is going to be an incredible figure, especially for those that don't currently have the first one. And Trevor says that these are going to look amazing on the shelf. Together. Sorry, I pulled up your comment before you fixed it. He said these are going to look amazing on the shelf together. And I totally agree. I mean, and as many have mentioned in the chat, having full teams together is going to be such an amazing thing. And again, another thing is the Inquisitors that we talked about earlier, like having all the Inquisitors together with Vader, whether you like the show or not, you can't deny it. It's going to look absolutely amazing with all of them together. Matt, I know everybody wants the Delta Squad, dude. You and me both, man. But so far, it's not looking good for 1/6, but you never know. But now we're going to move on to talking about tech, guys. I believe I pulled it. Let me make sure this is the tech video. Yes, it is. Sorry, because they're both next to each other. I had to be sure. Is this the exact same video? No, it's not. We just got to skip ahead. Okay, we're going to skip ahead. But guys, yeah, so let's look at some video footage of Tech. Now with Tech, guys, the cool thing about him is everything that goes on him kind of goes over the head sculpt. So you could have him with just the head sculpt. You can have him with the head sculpt and the goggles on. You can have him with the head sculpt, the goggles, and the helmet, just like he's seen in the show. Me personally, I definitely prefer the sculpt with the goggles on. So I'm probably going to have the helmet in his hand, kind of like you see here. You have him with the goggles on over the head sculpt, and the helmet is separate in his hand. I think that's what I'm going to do because I love that helmet in the hand look. But I think he looks awesome. And the great thing about Tech is he has kind of a different color than the rest of the Bad Batch, right? So it makes him look very unique. He's kind of got that whitish, grayish tone to his armor in terms of the main armor color instead of like that gunmetal that the rest of the Bad Batch have. So I think it's cool and it makes him look very unique. And I think he looks awesome. Now, me personally, I think the proportions are pretty solid. I know some people said they thought he should be a little bit skinnier, but like Austin mentioned earlier, for example, like they are adapting animated to live action. And this is kind of their take on a live action version as we have not seen them in live action. And I think they did a great job. I think they look awesome. Now, really anybody else who Cigars, I don't know if you had any thoughts on Tech. I don't want to go down the full line because we kind of got most people's thoughts on these figures as a whole. But if you had any thoughts on Tech as we're looking at the video here of Tech, definitely feel free to share with us.
No, same thing as Wrecker. I think he looks good. Definitely gonna get him because I want to complete the whole team.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep him with the helmet and goggles obviously on. I don't like the way the head sculpt looks. It looks kind of off. I know it's a prototype and there's time to fix it, but I think that this is what we're gonna get for him. With all the pictures and memes that went around, like all I see is Michael Rooker. So
that's funny.
Yeah, and it's interesting too. They actually don't. I'm looking at all of MRC's photos and everything he posted, and it looks like the sculpt was not actually shown outside of the helmet. So that's a bit unfortunate because you don't get to see it in this video or in any of his photos. I just double checked. But yeah, I agree. I mean, I definitely prefer the Wrecker sculpt, but again, me personally, when you put the goggles on him, I think it helps a lot. But both sculpts, it's kind of their interpretation. They're a little weird to me, but I enjoy it. I like them. Ryan and Chris, I'm assuming you don't have any additional thoughts because you're not pursuing this line at all.
But... No, it still looks great. So, I mean, yeah, same stuff as before. It looks fantastic. So, like I said, I'm happy for everyone who's picking it up.
For sure.
Yeah, the only thing I'll add to is I do like that Hot Toys does their own interpretation of the realism, like you've said. I know they did it with Ahsoka and some other. So I think it's cool that they do that. Gives other people a chance, who don't completely want like a animated version. I guess we'll leave that to Sideshow, but then that's a whole nother discussion of its own.
Yeah, I know.
So, I'll just say the one thing is that to me, where Echo and Hunter still felt kind of the Tamura Morrison look to the face, kind of, especially Echo. It really feels with Crosshair, and then here with Tech and Wrecker, they kind of went away from the Tamura Morrison doing maybe their own interpretation.
That's what I was saying. I mean, personally, I don't see the Tamura Morrison likeness as much, but yeah, that's what I was saying.
I don't, but that fits too for, how they look in the show, because I actually think Wrecker or Hunter looks less like Tamora Morrison in the animated series than he even does with his facial sculpt. Because I still kind of see it in there.
Yeah,
I kind of see it in that, and more obviously Echo the most. But
I see it in Hunter a lot personally. I just got that figure, so it's fresh in my mind. Me personally, I'm like, I see Tamara Morrison a lot.
Yeah, no, I see him in those two, but I think from Crosshair, since they're like Crosshair, I don't see Tamara Morrison.
Well, yeah, because he's got that real skinny head, so it definitely doesn't help with the likeness. But yeah, for sure. Sean, real quick, we kind of got everybody else's thoughts on tech. Do you have any additional thoughts on tech before we move on to our next topic?
So I kind of think that he looks like Bruce Willis from Moonlighting.
I said Bruce Willis too. That's funny you said that. That was my first thought. I was Bruce Willis for this one and Arnold Schwarzenegger for the other one.
So I'm hoping that the leg straps and for the holsters are not pleather, that they're actual leather. Because I can see if moving it, trying to pose it, one of those snapping very quickly.
Yeah. So it looks like the pouches are plastic. I mean, this definitely looks like pleather, but I mean, I guess looks can be deceiving, you know?
Yeah, I hope not.
I mean, Crosshair has real leather, so there's hope for sure.
Yeah. And then if you can go up to where his face is, like with the helmet. Yeah, I think it's really cool how they were able to capture that part there. But I'm wondering if it is a helmet built around.
It looks like it fits over the sculpt, I believe.
If it's actually everything sculpted into one helmet.
Yeah, I think it fits over, like it all pieces together. That's what I believe. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think that's what I saw when I was looking through the photos.
Yeah. But see, a lot of us also thought that Echo's helmet was going to be going over his head too, and he ended up not being that way.
Yeah, that would have been cool if they did that.
So I'm hoping the helmet is separate than that, or we could at least get, an unhelmeted version versus, or not, let me rephrase. We get the head sculpt and then we get another helmet to go on, and that's it. I don't want it to be where it's combining over the head. So it's not scratched or anything else.
Let me check let me see if Sideshow specifies what's in the box. Let's see. Newly developed head sculpt, newly crafted helmet with an articulated wearable and head sculpt. So it is, you put it over the head sculpt. You put it over Bruce Willis's head, and then you get the whole look.
Like the Loki mask.
I don't know if many people will do that now, though, because there's fear of messing the sculpt.
I mean,
there should be foam on the inside of it, though. Like a lot of those.
Right.
So people still get said. You take.
Oh no, I don't. You're still gonna scratch it. It's still gonna get scratched.
I think with him, because he has short hair, it'll be okay. With Loki, he does have a bit longer hair, and it was a little sharp on the back of the helmet. I think it'll be okay because this guy has shorter hair. But
Single songwriter, like the helmet's gonna click together because if it goes over, how do you get the goggles?
Exactly.
On?
Yeah, it's gonna have to.
So it has to be like a two-piece helmet type of deal.
I wish they had a shot of it, like actually separated.
Kind of like Luke Skywalker's helmet in a way.
Yeah, like that, where it separates and then clicks together. Because, I mean, if it just goes on over, there's no way you're going to get that helmet over the goggles.
Yeah, I mean, that would be half the way that they do it. I don't know. Very curious to see that in action, but unfortunately they didn't show that at Secret Base. But yeah. And Single Songwriter says Bad Batch, Emperor, or Tarkin could happen. I mean, dude, I thought we were going to get the Tarkin for the first season, and we didn't get that. So I've kind of lost faith on that, but you never know. You never know. All right, guys, we're going to move on. Now, this one, we're going to kind of have an open discussion with everybody in the chat. And I'm going to open up a poll as well, since we love polls lately. You can see I've got Denobi's video. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. This is my baby right here, and I don't have mine yet. And Ryan's got his. So, and Chris doesn't have his. Sean doesn't have his. Cigars doesn't have his. So it's perfect time to talk about it. So yeah, we're gonna talk about the DeLorean, guys. And also, I wanted to pull this comment. Matt, how disrespectful. Matt says he gets 2014 TMNT Donatello vibe. He's talking about the Michael Bay TMNT film. How dare you do that to Tech? That's disrespectful.
He ain't nearly as steroided out as those turtles, man.
I know. So I'm going to pull up a poll here, guys, because I want to ask the community a question here. And the question is going to be, whoops, I don't want a Q&A. The question is going to be, and of course, we're talking about the Hot Toys DeLorean and the issues that have come up with the Hot Toys DeLorean. I want to ask you guys, do these issues sway you away from purchasing it? I was on a stream with Denobi and Ryan, and Denobi had posed this question. I was like, that's a very good question. So I wanted to ask it to you all here on the panel and in the chat as well, especially because a lot of us I know on the panel have this on pre-order. Ryan is the only one that currently has it in hand. So I'm going to type this up now. Do you see yourself canceling the DeLorean? So simple question, guys. Yes or no, do you see yourself canceling the DeLorean? So go ahead and start voting, and we will pull that up later. But, guys, we're going to run Denobi's video here. I'm going to skip forward a little bit past the boring part of seeing the box and everything. But, yeah, guys, for those – and I'm going to have to speed this up because we got it on 0.5, and this is a long video. But yeah, guys, so for those of you that don't know, there have been quite a few issues that we've seen with the Hot Toys DeLorean thus far. The biggest issue, which is like the elephant in the room and the big topic of conversation, which I do have photos of, and you're going to see this issue present here in Denobi's video as well, is the issue with the joints for the wheels. When you do the hover conversion, they are breaking on a lot of people. Now, the big debate right now is it user error or is it a design flaw from Hot Toys? A poor R&D decision on their part using maybe not the best plastic. And some people have suggested maybe it's the temperature fluctuations that may have caused that issue. From the information that I've been able to gather, it seems like the first wave of vehicles that went out that last week of December in Hong Kong, there's really no issues reported of the cracking axle on the tires, or excuse me, on the wheels. Whereas now we have this first batch in the United States, and we're seeing a lot of these issues pop up. Don't worry, we're not gonna cancel the drill part. Excuse me, we're not gonna skip the drill part. Don't you worry. CSI says don't drill 1/4 holes in your DeLorean. Yeah, there you go. That's a good tip. Some guy says there was no user error in this video. 16 Shooter, Trevor says, yep, order with Toys Wonderland, so definitely canceling. Now, Trevor, are you canceling it because you ordered with Toys Wonderland and you want to order elsewhere? Or are you just canceling altogether because of the reported issues? Very curious to hear that. But, guys, I did want to point something out, and I want to bring Ryan in on this. So Denobi had shown this vehicle in this video, right? He showed the DeLorean Mark II unboxing. And he talks about in this video about how well the vehicle rolls, right? And, of course, I'm not directly relating this to the crack because I don't personally know, but just wanted to point this out. It turns out, and Ryan found this out by reading the manual, you cannot really roll this vehicle beyond 20 degrees. Right, Ryan?
Well, the wheels don't turn left or right 20 degrees. So the front wheels, you can turn them, like you're steering it, I should say is the right word, only 20 degrees. The manual, and there's a couple of things we can talk about because the manual, I cringes when I see that. Oh my God.
Yeah.
The manual does not indicate anything about the car rolling at all. It doesn't say you can, doesn't say you can't. I could speak on experience of having the vehicle. It can't roll.
Yeah.
Like he's like, I don't like, Denobi's my boy. I don't like say it, but he's asked me, straight out, like right now watching him like that. That's cringing watching that. Like,
yeah, you could see it like
he's putting
stalling,
so much,
right?
Yeah, like the wheels. What happens is the rubber, the tire, the black tire. There's give in the tire just from natural how they built it. Do you get what I'm saying? Like the rubber has a little bit of play in it, but the clear cylinder, all that's fixed. So when it goes into hover mode, you guys see that clear piece? That's the light bleed. That is fixed to the axle, if you want to call it. That doesn't move. The rubber can slightly move, but that's not because it can. That's just because if you got one that's like mine, the rubber can slightly move. That's just from handling, though. That's not like take the car and roll it down the hallway. It's not at all.
Right. This is an interesting comment, too. Brita says, answer from Sideshow to a customer. Thank you for contacting us today, and we're sorry to hear that your DeLorean may have arrived with an issue. Regarding Hot Toys, we do not have any indication of corrections regarding this piece at this time, and all of our stock will have roughly identical overall design overall. So, yeah, I mean, that's obviously Sideshow giving their answer. Does that mean that that's an absolute fact from what Sideshow is saying? No, but it's certainly very possible that when like I get my car and Cigars gets his car and everybody else gets their car, Chris, that we're going to get the exact same thing. Everything that we say right now in terms of possible changes to the vehicle, that's purely speculation. Now, I want to make that clear to you guys because they could just give us the exact same car and just say, hey, we're chalking it up to user error. Here you go. And going back to it, guys, and obviously we haven't shown the cracks and everything yet. Being that there's so many issues with the exact same thing, it's hard for me to say that this is 100% user error. I do, at the end of the day, think, yes, there could be a user error incident with this, but that is simply due to the fact that I believe that the plastic that they use is not strong enough for what the mechanism is doing. I truly do think that they used poor plastic when designing this vehicle, especially in the area for the hover wheels. And I think that's the reason that it's breaking on people. A lot of experienced collectors have this vehicle in hand, and I just can't believe that all of these experienced collectors are breaking them. Ryan, and I'm going to pull up your photo here in a little bit, but you kind of had an experience with this yourself, right? In terms of maybe not total breakage, but something that you didn't even catch because it was so minor at the time when it was shown in your video. But
yeah, so I excuse me, I'm sorry if anyone, my voice is, I'm getting over a sinus infection, so if my voice is a little raspy, I apologize. Yeah, I filmed the review. I did the unboxing. It took like 3 hours. The overall, oh, like that is like, see, like you see how that's spinning? That's spinning the wheel, but the inside mechanism isn't, so it's causing kind of
right.
in my opinion, that's my opinion just from having the car. Like, yeah, that's anyway. Moving on, I'm getting like anxiety watching that.
Brought to you by Denobi.
Film the unboxing. You know, I set it all up. I filmed myself. I filmed like 3 hours of footage. I did everything. When it came time to the hover conversion, I watched a few videos of people doing it, so I had a concept of what it was. I looked at the instructions, and that's something that is important to talk about, by the way, because a lot of people who don't have the car are kind of weighing in, which they have a right to, but there's very much a disconnect in the instructions that Hot Toys gives you and physically you know trying it yourself. There's a huge disconnect, and I think Don from Geeking Out has a theory about that, which we can talk about that when the time comes. Film the review, put the review up, did all that, and then in my review, somewhere around like the 18 and a half mark, 18 minutes 20 seconds, someone pointed out, I was like, bro, you have a crack on your tire. I'm like, wait, what? I think it was Matt actually, from, I think he was in the stream. Someone reached out to me. He's like, bro, check your car, by the way. I think you got a crack. I was going to get coffee the next morning. It was like 7 o'clock in the morning. He messages me. He's like, bro, you got a crack in your car. Go check it. And I was like, what? I like raced home. Yeah, Chris.
Sorry, I just wanted to show Chris. He was cringing. There you go, guys. As Ryan's talking, I just wanted to, there you go.
No. Chris, I ran home, checked my car. And sure enough, I was like, damn, I got it. It wasn't a crack though. So I checked the tires. So what I did was, before I filmed myself doing the unboxing of the cover conversion, I did one tire on my own off camera just to get a feel for it, because I didn't want to like make it look like I was struggling too bad. And funny enough, it was the front passenger side. And then I did that one.
Sorry.
No, I haven't seen this video in a long time.
Oh, Denobi, my friend.
Dude, the kickback.
Guys, yeah, let's see that. Let's see that in slow motion, guys. Let's see the car fighting back. Like, stop, please. No more. Watch. Oh!
Now that could have been where it broke too.
Oh, Denobi. I missed that part, bro. I did too.
I missed that too. The kickback.
Look at the torque.
But yeah, I did the review, filmed it, and then they told me, yeah. So when I checked the car, mine was actually a stress mark I had on it. It was not a physical crack. And then what happened was, I told you, a day later, I was doing the mod for the Goodyear logos on the tires. And I said to myself, I got to convert this tire back to put the logo on. Yeah. I attempted to pull the tire back, and that's when I saw the plastic starting to crack open, and I was like, oh, I just let the thing go. And I was like, I got to repair this. So then I ended up repairing it, and I fixed it myself. I put a video up on that, like a 2-minute video of how to do it. But I used epoxy. I sealed it up. The thing's strong as could be. I've converted the wheel alone about 6 or 7 times already. I mean, it's unbelievable how strong it is. So that's just me.
So yeah, guys. I mean, obviously, you shouldn't have to repair
No,
your
you shouldn't have
$800+ vehicle, but Ryan did come up with a fix of his own for it, and he did put up a video. So if you guys have ran into the cracking issue, and you maybe took a credit from Sideshow, I saw. Let's see here. And by the way, guys, if you guys have seen Hostel, this is a great comment from Cigars because that's so true, dude. That scene is still hard to watch to me.
Yeah, that's all I saw with that power drill.
Like
I
this,
know, it's hard.
like this video, you literally could point out maybe 6 different things that probably broke his tires.
It's right with Denobi. We're
Like originally it was the
balls.
rolling, but now after seeing this video,
right,
I'm like, it could be more than the rolling.
We're busting his balls, but you know, we're just theorizing here. Collector's Entity said, I canceled my original order, but I am planning on reordering again, hoping they fix the issue. Luckily, I do have the Mark 1. So hey, you're not high and dry, at least. You got something up on a lot of us, because I'm still waiting for my Mark 2, and I don't have any DeLoreans in my collection. So that's awesome, dude. CSI says, I have hope for you guys. Mine came in fine. I'm glad to hear that, dude. That's awesome. You deserve to get a good copy for sure. Everybody does, but you know, especially you, CSI, because you're the man. 8-Bit Flea, and 8-Bit Flea does have one in hand as well. And he says they went cheap on materials used on this new DeLorean IMO. The wheel issue also had a bad design done last minute. To correct what we saw in the prototype. It's like, I don't personally think, just looking at videos and stuff, that the design is bad. I think it's a very clever design. I think the materials are where the design fails. Because had they used like some die cast or some much sturdier plastic, I think it would have been fine. Personally, I think that the design of the hover conversion is clever. I really do.
Do you think
but also,
this may have been partially the time frame for how quickly they got it
out? I do think, and Ryan made that point before. I do think that's what it is.
When I had the car in hand, you can 100% see, and I say this all the time, you can 100% see how they got this thing announced and in collectors' hands within 1 calendar year. They were under pressure. I could tell from Jazz Inc. because I know he was going to do a DeLorean, and they kind of said, hold my beer. We got this. And I think they were under pressure, and this is what we got. They rushed it. It should have been die cast. It's the main feature of the car. If you don't want this conversion process, then get the Mark 1. It's the same car. It's the Mark 1 converted. So the selling point of this vehicle is the hover mode. It should have been die cast. Bottom line.
All that jiggling, dude.
He's ripping that apart, bro.
And that's the other thing, right? So we've seen a lot of videos, including Ryan's, where, and of course, guys, you know, Denobi's style is he just kind of goes for it. He's really excited to open the car. So to his credit, he was one of the first to put up a video of it. And we obviously, Denobi kind of broke the news of like, hey, it's possible for these mechanisms to crack. So to his credit, he was the first to open it up. But now looking back on it, we're like, damn, he really like jingled those wheels around. There's a lot of play.
After having it, it's like, damn, he was rough on it.
Right. So, but I mean, if Denobi, I'm sure if he had the foresight of like, damn, these are going to break on me if I'm like this rough with them, maybe he wouldn't have done it. I don't know, but
going straight to it, no foreplay.
See, that's the issue people are having right there. That's the issue right there. And I did it in my video because I saw this. When you pull it out, you hear 2 clicks in the mechanism. He pulled it out halfway and turned it down. That was the most common way people were snapping it. And then he even said, I didn't realize how far out these wheels have to come. So you have to pull them. I'm not trying to say put my video by any means, but like in mine, I did that on purpose where I showed 1 click, 2 click, and then you drop the tire down because I made that same mistake. And that's how I got a crack in mine. I didn't know that. You see the bottom wheels hitting the underside of the car.
Yeah, and we'll pull yours up so we can see kind of that stage click because.
But the thing is, the instructions don't say that. And
exactly.
Yeah, I know a lot of people have said too. So that hinge, like it's in between these 2 plastic pieces, only goes this way. It is not meant to be wiggled or turned.
Right, it's a hinge, exactly.
Swivel that way. Right.
Yeah, 100%. And to answer Bretta's question, the best way I found doing the wheels is actually kind of pulling from the backside. As I did, like I said, to be fair, it's very easy to watch everyone's videos and kind of judge. You should have done it this way. You should have done it that way. It's very easy to do that because obviously we're looking at Denobi. He got the car. It was the first one. So that's why I'm trying to reserve some judgment because at this time it was kind of like you're blind, you're going in blind. Yeah, right there. That doesn't surprise me. But yes, if like to point Bretta's credit, how I do it now, if I was to convert it, is I do that. I grab the backside of the tires with my hands and I pull it out that way. I don't actually grab the front of the tires and pull it. That's how I see a lot of people doing it. And I did that on some of mine. I put my fingers on the back of the tire and pull it out that way. And that seems to be a more to me, a more cautious way of doing it personally.
Yeah,
But
and
once
that's
again, the
Not just
instructions
saying it to
don't
say
tell
it,
you.
but like you're completely right. Because after seeing everybody do it, when I got mine, if I did, which it got delayed, we know that. That's what I was going to do
You go
because I've
behind
seen
it.
everybody. Yeah.
There's some that I pulled it from the front because you don't like you figure out how to work it. Now that I know how to do it, that's how I convert mine. Is I go from the back and pull them out. That's how I do it. I hear 2 clicks, 1 click, 2 click, and then you drop the tire down. You can see he wasn't doing that, and a lot of people did that though. That's the issue. I did it too. That's why mine had a crack in it. I didn't know any better.
what is that
What
noise?
is that sound?
That's my Great Dane.
He's snoring.
Who
I was
doesn't
like,
this?
is everybody all right?
Yeah, I thought that was like
Awkward
somebody
pause.
sounds hungry there or something like
I know. I'm like
that.
somebody's
Well,
stomach's
someone
growling.
better you go eat dinner for 30 minutes. We'll probably still be here when you come
That's
back.
my Great Dane.
That's all I heard.
Well,
I
all
thought,
Somebody
I thought I said something wrong. Everyone paused. I was like,
No,
okay.
no.
yeah, he's like
now you see why
grumbling.
I call her a freaking cow sometimes. She's mooing.
I know a lot of people have had the seat problem too.
Yeah, let me pull up. There's a comment from let's see, who said they had a problem with their seat. I missed that. There we go. Carlito. He says, my DeLorean came with a minor QC issue. The seat came unglued out of the box.
Wow.
I got an $80 gift card from Sideshow and fixed it myself like new. I dodged the bullet. Putting it together was scary. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people also say the flux bands are kind of sketchy to put in because they're kind of hard to click in. And I think that was the same case with the first one as well.
This is how you're able to say it feels like a production problem for the whole thing, because it's not just one thing; it's multiple things across these different things that are causing problems.
The one thing you got to watch too is people are separating the word. They're mixing the words. I think R&D and QC, like the seat popping out. That's QC to me.
Yeah.
This is R&D. This is bad R&D. That's what this is.
Yeah.
This is bad R&D.
QC. I'll say QC. You can argue if it showed up broken in the box, that's QC to me. Or I mean, it could be a combination of things. It could be QC, or it was either broken leaving the factory, or it arrived.
Like my hubcap, I never put it back on. Still, my hubcap was laying in the box when I got the car.
Right. So that could be considered a QC issue. Yeah, that's very true, because there is a fine line between the two. By the way, guys, some guy says, if you haven't already, let's make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the Hot Toys Hotline. So yes, guys, if you're enjoying the stream and you haven't already, definitely consider subscribing, and also drop a like on this video, because we always like to pump them likes up. Gotta get them numbers up. We don't want them rookie numbers, right, guys? We gotta get them numbers up. But
I will say too, after seeing this, I'm going, please, Hot Toys, take your time with Batman '89 Batmobile. I don't need it in the year, especially since it's like $700. I can wait 16 months for it to make it. And now, admittedly, it doesn't have this, but I'm referring more to some of the other, your seat popping out or something like that. Take that a little extra time. I don't mind. We can wait. After seeing this, I can wait, man. I'll be okay.
Yeah. I mean, and the other thing, guys, to point out, I want to point out this issue directly. You can see this is what the cracks are looking like. I have a couple photos as well to pull up, but you can see what we're talking about, right? So you can see this section right here, and it's almost identical on most vehicles. It's breaking in a very similar spot. It's that same spot right there that's breaking on people. And again, to me, it's like, this can't be all user error. At first, I was like, man, I only saw a few. And honestly, and Ryan could agree to this too. We kind of thought maybe some people were breaking theirs. But then when you see break after break after break after break, you're like, okay, this can't be all an R&D, or excuse me, this can't be all user error, right? It's all the people breaking in the same spot. It has to be some sort of R&D issue that needs to be addressed. So yeah, I totally agree. I think die-cast would have been the smart way to go. And it wouldn't have been a bad idea either, because, right, this is a vehicle at the end of the day, and especially if people aren't putting it in the hover converted mode. I know I don't judge people for how they want to display their stuff. I would always have it hover converted. But if you weren't, I mean, having some die-cast would add some rigidity to it when it's sitting on the wheels as well. So it would have been a win-win, and it would have made a lot of sense. But
you see right there again, he did the right thing by going behind the tire and pulling out. But you notice how he pulled it, put it down, still wasn't far enough, and had to pull it out even further.
Yeah.
So it's a combination of not the user, but the user's going in honestly not knowing. And that's the shame, is that you're going in blind, not with a lot of direction.
Right. Again, go ahead, Chris.
I'm sorry. I was just going to say real quick, you also got to remember, I know when the prototype was announced and stuff, it was a different conversion, and not a lot of people liked it, and they ended up fixing it. So For them
Yeah.
to fix it, did they rush it? Obviously it seems that way, but
Yeah.
you know,
I think you're right. And Single Songwriter says does not roll. Hot Toys should put a big sticker on the box.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
there's
another
a lot of
thing.
things they should have done. They should have clarified in the instructions for sure. I mean,
It's
that's
not a
the
Hot
biggest
Wheel.
thing.
So the thing that Don from Geeking Out talked about, everyone jokes because I got rid of my box and all that stuff. When you open up the box, the original artwork, the initial artwork that's on the top box, it's the original car with the original hover conversion. So that led me to think one thing, and then Don actually said it. The instructions, and this was Don from Geeking Out. I'm not going to steal his thunder, but he said it's very possible that these instructions were from the original car, that they didn't go back and reprint
Oh, that's
the
a good
instructions. If
theory.
you think
That
about
makes
all that
sense.
packaging and all that stuff, they left the original artwork in the packaging that had the lower. That's why I threw out the artwork, because I'm looking at it. I'm like, it's the original car with the lower hover conversion that looked ugly. I'm like, why do I want to look at that? So I threw it out. I kept the instructions because that artwork's nice. But he said it's possible, you run off all this artwork, you do all this stuff, you have to have graphic designers redo it all.
That's
Guarantee
great.
the instructions are the old ones from the first car, and they just left them in the box and they didn't update them, which was a huge issue.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even think of that. That's probably true because we've seen this many times, right? I mean, we've seen this a lot of times with figures. They obviously print the merchandising, like the box and all of the packing materials. They have all that stuff ready months before the vehicles are finished because we've seen this many times. We've seen them do this many times. I mean, it makes a lot of sense that they prepare all the packaging and stuff first. So once they finish the actual products, they could just package them and have them ready to ship, So that's a good theory. I actually like that theory. I think that makes a lot of sense. I wanted to address a few questions here from a new collector. We always like getting these because if we could steer a new collector in the right direction, I love to do that. So Enrolled Agent, it's great to have you here. He says, hey, all. Recently just started collecting this year, and I have been really enjoying these live streams on Thursday. Thank you so much, by the way. I very much appreciate that. He says, with that, I was wondering with Sideshow, how can you pre-order items and whatnot? From those who have had years of experience collecting different items, what's the most cost-efficient method? I know you could do payment plans, but this includes non-refundable deposits. With that, is it worth waiting and purchasing items by themselves in order to save almost $25 to $30 or paying full even if it's a pre-order a year or two out? So Enrolled, let me tell you this. You're already doing the right thing. You're asking questions to those that have tried and failed and learned their lessons over the years with collecting. I will say this, we're in kind of a unique time right now with collecting where there's some uncertainty, right? So with the newer pre-orders for stuff that has recently gone up for pre-order. So for example, we just had Tecker and Wreck go up for pre-order from the Bad Batch. We talked about them earlier in the stream. Those figures, we're probably going to see them get about 6 to 7 months maximum in terms of a pre-order window, and then they're going to cut off the pre-order. Now, in the past, you could see there's a lot of stuff on Sideshow. I don't know if you've gone on Sideshow recently, but they're doing deals on a lot of stuff. All that stuff that they're doing deals on is stuff that has been sitting in stock for a long time and they want to get rid of it, so they're discounting it. It seems like now they're not doing that as much anymore, right? So, like, for example, the first figure that we saw kind of waitlist in about 6 months and is now shipping in the U.S. is the Clone Trooper from the 20th Anniversary Attack of the Clones line. That figure has shipped out to some people, including myself, including Chris, Sean. Other people in the U.S. already have it from Sideshow. However, they have not restocked them on the website. It still says it's in a waitlist status. They are fulfilling some of the waitlist, I'm sure, as orders get canceled and such. But the reason I say this is because there is a bit of uncertainty right now because of that. So you really have to play it by ear. Stuff that's been on pre-order for a while, you kind of have more opportunity to get discounts on. And also on the secondary market as well. If you're trying to get a decent discount on stuff, there's still plenty of deals to be had on Facebook, especially in a lot of these Facebook sales groups. I do have a video, and I don't know if you've had a chance to check it out. I have a video that I put up a few months ago about buying figures in 2022, 2023. And I have some links to Facebook groups and such and kind of how to buy stuff for a deal and such like that. So definitely check out that video. I think it'll steer you in the right direction. But yes, to answer your question, yes. So you want to keep an eye on the pre-orders that are relatively new because they won't last as long from what we could tell. But stuff that's older, that's been sitting for a while, like, for example, the Vision from WandaVision or Hunter or Echo, figures like that, you probably will have a chance of getting a deal on it because they still overstock those because that's before they changed what they were doing.
You're thinking the first half of 2023 could be very different from the second half of 2023.
Exactly.
When it comes to looking for figures.
Exactly. Yep. And I know that was kind of a loaded answer enrolled, but it is kind of a loaded question because there's so much uncertainty right now as to what's actually happening, you know. Let's see. Toys Wonderland is your next option. For everyone's sake here, I hope not. Misfit Wolf says, I don't blame the damage on user error. They should be using different material for that wheel bracket. Poor choice in the Hot Toys part. And I agree with that. I totally agree with that. Guys, you know, we love Hot Toys here, but there's no defending issues like this. I just think it's a poor R&D, like we've mentioned. I think they should have considered the options here. They should have considered longevity, and we've already kind of asked them to do that, right? When it comes to the figures with pleather, we're like, start using real leather. We want more longevity out of these figures for those who have to deal with humidity and such. So that kind of plays to this in the same way. It's like, why would you use this brittle plastic on a mechanism that you know people are going to want to convert back and forth? Because some people may change their mind. They might want to put it on the ground and kind of have like the DeLorean that's about to take off. You know, I mean, it's a bit of a shame considering how much money this vehicle is. It's already a huge investment as is, and the fact that you're having to deal with this is very unfortunate. And you guys know I was really disappointed that I didn't get mine day one, and now I'm kind of lucky because I didn't have to deal with all this. You know, I'm gonna pull up some photos here, guys. I told you I'll pull up some photos, so I'm just gonna show some photos of the damage closer up. So here's one of the most notorious photos going around. You can see the person here, it cracked on them. They obviously pulled the little peg out for the dramatic effect, but you could see the whole mechanism broke on them, and you could see the actual mounting point for the wheel is shown here in full. Definitely very disappointing. This is some serious damage to a brand new vehicle, and this picture alone should tell you what's going on with this vehicle. And it's just like, I just don't see this being a user error thing. This is some significant damage.
I got a question for Ryan. So I know yours was a stress fracture. For those who actually broke, like maybe not as bad as this, but that piece did snap, would you think that's still fixable as well, or would you have kind of returned it?
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to stop myself. Like, I didn't go balls to the wall on it, like turning. Like, I went very gently where I was going step by step. So fortunately, when I started to see the split, I just stopped. I didn't push it any further. So
did you do it to the other wheels just in case?
What's that?
The epoxy.
The epoxy.
No.
Like, just to embrace the other.
No, because I have it, like what Bretta was talking about. I have a system down pat of how to flip the wheels back and forth.
Yeah.
So I'm confident in that. No, I didn't do that.
Yeah. This is he says, single songwriter says, make your hand like Spock and push the wheels from behind or the back. Do not pull. Hey, I mean, that's not bad. That's a good technique, dude. We like that.
You gotta go double Spock.
That's true. Yeah. 2 hands. Yeah. We gotta go like
that's
that.
What you got. I know, it's funny. That's actually what you
there you go. Peyton says, don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't. Yes, people, Peyton speaks the truth. So yeah, guys, here's a photo of the crack. I do have a photo of Ryan's issue that he had with his here. And like Ryan said, I don't know what just happened. Oh, I see what I did. I'm like, where's my photo? Like Ryan said, his was more of like a hairline crack. And then as he started to convert it back to apply the decal, he could feel that it was starting to split a little bit, and you could hear the noise of it. So this is what Ryan had. And again, he originally didn't notice this, which, to be fair, from far back, that could have been like a hair or something. You didn't notice it. So I really don't blame Ryan for not seeing it in his video.
I'm very impressed whoever caught it, because I shot it in like 4K. So maybe that's why they saw it. But I think maybe people were looking for it, and yeah, it was there. I was like, damn.
Yeah. Boba Fettuccine says, of course it's not going to roll if it's a hot toys. It's not a Hot Wheels. But to be fair, the Mark 1 DeLorean rolled pretty well. And Denobi shows that in his video. So it's understandable. Where was that comment? Oh, so here's a good question. Control-Alt-Delete asks, what is the white dots over the vehicle or over the wheels? So not only are those white dots on the wheels, but they're also on the undercarriage of the car as well. And Ryan and I were kind of theorizing about this. Ryan, I think you kind of agree with me. My thoughts is when the vehicle is beginning to land, obviously it's going to kick up dirt and dust and debris. I'm guessing that was their thought of adding that speckling.
Yeah, it's a poor attempt at it. You want to call it?
That's what I said.
I called it weathering. You can call
Right.
whatever you want to do. Yeah, I mean it's the same thing.
It
We're on
doesn't
the same
look
page.
natural, right?
No, it doesn't. And like it doesn't. It looks like a poor job of whether you want to call it weathering or like you said, stuff kicking up from lower. Yeah, it's whatever, dust, debris. It's a really poor attempt at it.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I actually kind of like it.
Well, it's different. The thing is, though, when you look at the car, like from a normal distance, it's not noticeable. It's just that everyone's focusing on these photos of the crack. That's like it makes the speck look so evident. But as Denobi pointed out, there's far more issues with the car. Like I'll take the bad light bleed issue.
Right.
over
That's
the
an
spike.
insignificant issue.
Yeah.
And 8-Bit Flea, yes, I have a white cat. That is a cat hair that I'm looking at right there. That's a cat hair. That's what it looks like to me.
I wish it was a cat hair.
8-Bit Flea said, "Oh, that's weathering." Yeah, it really.
It's not. It's supposed to be something, but it's not good.
As we pull up this next photo, it kind of reminded me of Carlito because this is the issue that Carlito had, and I pulled this photo from a forum, and I don't remember who posted it. Guys, again, if I had credit for the other two photos, I would give it to him, but I just found the photos being reposted by others. Carlito had mentioned that his chair came unglued, and we have an example of that here. And I kind of agree. If I had this issue, it would not be like totally acceptable to me, but I wouldn't mind re-gluing it and getting an $80 credit back on the car. I think that's more than fair just to take some glue and stick it back on. I almost would hope that one of my chairs did pop up so I could get an $80 credit, but that's just me. But Carlito says, warning, the wires that connect to the flux bands at the top of the DeLorean may seem long, but they're the perfect length. They are meant to cross over each other and connect to the opposite port.
Correct.
And also, Deep says, top-notch weathering. Give it up to Howard and the Hot Toy fam. Great job. Yeah, I mean, they've shown that they could do great weathering. That's a very interesting choice on their part. Not sure how I feel about it because I don't have the car in hand yet. But yeah, so real quick, before we move on to the Mars Toys 66 Joker, guys, I wanted to show this photo. I have my own screenshot, but of course, Joe was nice enough to share it with us in the Hot Toys Hotline Facebook group. And you can see here, guys, the DeLorean has been delayed through Sideshow with a time window of May to July of 2023. So that is why a lot of, right, absolutely, rest in peace. That is why a lot of people are speculating that maybe they might be making changes to the vehicle. Again, like I've had a chat with 8-Bit Flea a couple times in the Facebook group. I'm not going to hold my breath on it because we can't just assume that Hot Toys is going to be like, you know what, let's fix this up. Because this is and Denobi and I kind of talked about this briefly. This is a big undertaking for them, right? I mean, they can't just be like, oh, you know what, fire up the assembly line. Let's make some more DeLoreans. Or let's take those old DeLoreans apart and add some parts to them, change some parts around. It's not that simple, you know? So I'm not going to hold my breath if they're going to go back and make those changes just because it's a big undertaking for them to do that. So it's very uncertain what's going to happen right now. But just so you guys know who do have it on pre-order, it is delayed with a window of May to July 2023.
The car already has a recall.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even see what you were doing for a second. I was like, why is he doing that voice? Now it makes sense. Oh, my boy. This is one of my best friends in real life, guys. Furbo says, let's go. Congrats on the 1K. Thank you so much, dude. I very much appreciate it. It means a lot, dude. And again, thank you so much for everybody who's been donating throughout the stream. You guys are incredible. I'm still kind of in disbelief, but thank you so much. Exactly, 8-Bit. We can't excuse it because you don't want your vehicle to show up with the seat just laying flat on its face. However, it is an easy fix, especially if someone's going to pay you $80 to do it, right? I would definitely take that $80. Collector's Entity says it's not a simple fix for Hot Toys, but there is future competition make a vehicle that I think they would like to do the right thing with their current customers. And I agree. I mean, I'm kind of in the middle, right? I'm like, I could see them fixing it, but I could also see them not fixing it because it's such a big undertaking. So it'll be very interesting to see. Send it back. We demand better. Maybe this will teach them that QC and perfected engineering is needed. Maybe. All right, guys, we're going to move on from the DeLorean to something very exciting. And I hope our boy Brita is here because we're going to be talking about his video, but specifically his video on the Mars Toys 66 Joker. What an absolute beauty.
So excited for this.
And so it's funny. Ryan, when we saw this, Ryan's like, dude, and there you go, guys. Once you use your code hotline, once you use your one-time use code hotline, you could use code Big Brita for $10 off a 1.6 kit. Because the code from 1.6 kit is a one-time use, and I'll pull that up for you guys real quick for those that weren't here when I pulled it up in the beginning. I'll pull up both of them. Why not? you guys want to save some money. Once again, guys, I do not make any money off of this, but use code Hotline for $10 off your purchase, or code Big Brita for $10 off your purchase. And if you want to save some money off the racks, use code HTH for $15 off your purchase. But we're going to get right into it, guys. So it's funny because I was telling Ryan, I'm like, dude, this figure looks so dang good. And Ryan was like, I'm going to have to buy it for you for hitting 1,000 subs. And then like Ryan then realized like, oh man, it's sold out. I can't buy it for him. So yes, guys, for the most part, in most places, this is sold out from what I've seen. However, I will say if you are interested in purchasing from 1/6 Kit did say he should be getting his first batch soon. And he is also asking about getting another batch of these. So don't be discouraged. I know right now in 1/6 Kit in particular, he does have like the A and the version, he has the surfboard base, which I really like. I know Ryan told me he wasn't a big fan of it, but the surfboard base to me is really cool.
Yo, chill. Don't put me on blast like that.
No, I'm going to have to. I'm gonna have to.
No, I'm kidding. I don't like.
So guys, if you like the surfboard base, Ryan said he did not like it.
I'm just messing with you, dude. No, I just, you know what it is, that class, because that was separate, right? You'd pay extra money for that thing.
Yeah,
yes. It's like what, $40, $45?
I thought it was more than that. I thought it was more than that.
No, dude, on 1/6 it was like 140.
Yeah, it's like 120.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's what. Now you can understand why I wasn't a fan of it.
I mean, I probably still, if I was getting this, I'd probably still pay
Batman. You can't do Batman, so that really needs to be paired up with.
But hey, maybe that's a sign that they're going to give you a surfing Batman later.
I don't know,
You
but
never know.
This is great. I can't wait. I hope I get an invoice next week.
And I want to give Mars Toys credit for this. They'll probably never be watching this, but dude, the packaging for a third-party figure, this is incredible. It's beautiful.
I'll keep that box.
Because you got, I know you guys know, like third party, they often skimp on the packaging from what I've seen. It's just an art box with some foam on the inside, but this is like Hot Toys 3.0 style packaging. It's got the clamshell, it's got the little art insert, which I love that art insert that they put in with this. 8-Bit Flea said he already used it on Blade. I got my Blade as well, dude. I'm really excited for that one.
Same here.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it looks so dang good. And look at the shot of him in the package, bro. And again, shout out to Brita, guys. Once again, check out Big Brita on YouTube. He's the guy that kind of really sucked me into third party because he's been doing such good reviews on these third party figures. And that's why I hit him up. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna use your video on stream next week. And he's like, no problem. But yeah, I really want to appreciate Mars Toys for the packaging because I love to see the packaging. They did a great job here. And the amount of stuff he comes with. And guys, I always say about the freaking hands, man. I'm always talking about Hot Toys with the hands, and Mars Toys, like, this company just really has my attention because look at the amount of assorted hands we get for this 66 Joker. Love to see it. I want to see more companies doing this. The more hands you get, do you guys not realize? I mean, we realize, but the companies might not. The amount of different things you could do with more hands, how many different poses you could do. You can totally change up your scene. I need more hands. Come on, Hot Toys. Everybody, come on. Give us more hands.
You want these hands? I'll give you these hands.
Yeah, don't give me the hands, but I want the hands.
I'll give you these hands.
Andreas, one of my earliest subscribers. Thank you so much for being here, dude. And thank you for the $2 super chat. He says, congrats on 1K. Keep up the great content. Thank you, Andreas, so much for that. I very much appreciate you. And I appreciate the continued support. Thank you so much. KTH says, I pre-ordered last week. You know, Hot Toys wasn't going to give us a Cesar Romero. Yeah, they're not going to do any of the 66 stuff for a while. I mean, maybe they'll throw us a bone and do the 66 Batman and Robin eventually again, but I don't see them doing the Cesar Romero anytime soon. So definitely a worthy purchase in my opinion. Like I said, for me, I'm not really into the 66 stuff, but it's like as a 1/6 collector, I'm not going to lie. I thought about it for a brief moment. I'm like, this is beautiful, man. This is, and I love paying homage to like these classic films that with a lot of the younger generation don't really get as much love as they should. Films and TV shows of the past. So this is really, really cool to me. And I'm very happy for those that pre-ordered it because it's such a beautiful piece. And I can't wait till he moves on to the figure part because I think you guys are going to be very impressed by not only the head sculpts, but the tailoring. It's incredible.
Well,
hey, not all younger generation. My kid likes Batman 66.
Well, your kid is a kid of culture, Cigars. We know that.
Well, see, the secret reason kind of you did not go for this was your subconscious thinking you're like, man, I'm going to get a great deal if I pick this up. Awesome figure. Of course, your subconscious, the subconscious of you that is obsessive compulsive about stuff, you're going to be going, man, but I got to have the Adam West Batman and Robin to go with this.
Dude, well, that's probably true.
And you would have been like $800, and your subconscious said, We are not spending $1,000 on this.
I can't figure out.
Hot Toys wise, we can spend.
I can't figure out for the life of me why you don't want this, and it's just because I
doesn't
don't
look
like
cool.
66
Ryan, I don't want it because you said you were buying it for me, dude. What the heck, man?
Well, it's sold out though. That's the problem. So now
well, Kit's getting another batch. I said, Kit, look, Ryan said he's going to get it for me. Please, can you restock him? And he's like, you know what? I'm going to restock them for you. So that's why he made his post. I'm not going to lie to you.
Power of Connor should not be denied or
exactly.
I'm trying to remember what Mr. Mom said, that there was a figure I said I didn't want. He was like, if it takes me getting it for you, I'll get it. And I can't even remember what figure it was.
Well, once you remember, add it to the list, Ryan. Add it to the list. Gambino, he hasn't put them up yet. So if you go on the 1/6 Kit Facebook page, he mentioned it a couple days ago. So he said he's trying to get another batch. Usually Kit gets what he wants because he's that dude and he's been in business for so long. So I'm sure he'll get another batch of them. But right now you can only get the B version and the display. Oh, and sorry, I don't know if it's a C version, the clown outfit. Is that the C version?
Yeah,
maybe?
it's him dressed in the white clown outfit.
Right. So yeah, so there's two other versions. You got the baseball shirt with the glove, and then you got the clown version as well as the display base as an additional product. The pimp shorts, I love it. Yeah, those are the pimp shorts.
I'm now thinking though, I'm just picturing Connor going like to Ryan and then says Kit, so going like Yul Brynner Pharaoh. So I have spoken it, so shall it be written, so shall it be done.
Exactly. And then I'll be like, Kit, like you can even facilitate shipping it directly to me. Ryan will pay the invoice and we're good to go, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Boba Fettuccine says 66 Batman is one of my all-time favorites. Love that show and movie. Well, this one is for you then, dude. I think you probably already picked this one up, huh? If not, I'm sure you're going to be looking for it. But how beautiful are these head sculpts? Let's take the opportunity to appreciate these. I think they did a great job. And the one thing that's definitely very promising about third party is a lot of the third party options, they're giving us multiple head sculpts. And I love to see it. Not only that, it's a lot of stuff that we won't probably see from any official company anytime soon. Like mentioned in the chat, we probably won't see an official Cesar Romero for a long time. But look at the tailoring on this suit, man. It's absolutely beautiful. Look how close it is to the body. The proportions look good. The colors look fantastic. Like, again, being that I'm not the biggest 66 fan, just because I wasn't very much exposed to it as a kid, it's still so beautiful to me. And this is just like a work of art to me, considering it's a third party figure. It's just absolutely beautiful. Penn says Kit was able to get the crazy limited, less than 500 units, 3 OIS, Tyrion, sorry if I'm butchering this, Ford Ring, World of Warcraft for me. He certainly is that guy who gets things. He's been in business for a long time. And he definitely, he looks out for his customers. So that's part of the reason why I wanted to kind of partner with him and get a coupon code for you guys, because I know he's a reputable guy. And especially for those that aren't in the US who have been buying from Sideshow and the shipping's getting really crazy, you get free worldwide shipping from 1/6 Kit. So it's definitely a great place to buy, especially for third party. His third party prices are very competitive. And then again, you use my discount code, Burritos code, whoever, and you save yourself $10 on your purchase. Nice. That's awesome, dude. I'm glad for you, Bubby. You'll have to let me know how that is, dude. Gambino says, the only problem I have with this figure is that it will be like a sore thumb in your collection. I grew up watching Batman 66 and Joker is my favorite villain, but I might pass. Gambino, it sounds like you're giving me reasons that you should get it, man. I feel like this would be the figure for you. And then 8-Bit Flea says, I got the full diecast Buzz Lightyear from Kit. And I heard that was coming soon, right? Is that the same Buzz that I'm thinking of? Someone in the Hot Toys Hotline Facebook group had mentioned that. KTH says Mars Toys should be dropping Tommy Lee. Oh, don't you worry. Me and Ryan are waiting for that. I got my finger on the trigger. I pre-ordered the Riddler, Jim Carrey Riddler, so I'm just waiting for that Two-Face. You can see I got my Batman and Robin behind me.
And not for nothing, if you're a Joker fan, this is why I'm trying to justify it to Connor, but even if you're a Joker fan and you have every incarnation, like you have the 89 Jack Nicholson, you have Heath Ledger, I think those are obviously the only two made really. It would look pretty cool to have all three together, so you have kind of an anthology of all the Jokers. So even if this is the only, if I got this is the only 66 figure, like that's so cool. Like, and that's so good.
It's such a cool accessory.
And as a photographer, like, dude, I'm gonna have a field day photographing this thing. I just can't wait to get this.
And like I said, shout out to Brita. The cinematography of this video with the black background is perfect.
He just gave so much inspiration with this thing, even though like in the video he says I'm not a good poser, I'm gonna do my best. I mean, he had a home run, just like showing a taste of what this is awesome. I love it.
It's beautiful. Just the vibrancy of the clothing alone just sells me, man. It's absolutely beautiful. It really is. I love it. And Ryan, stop trying to convince me, dude, because I may end up buying it. You never know. Or
or I might buy it from you if it comes. You get that back.
If my dream
anybody in the
comes
chat,
true.
just keep me updated on 16 Kid. Tag me on Facebook. I'm being serious. Someone tag me. I can't keep up on it.
Will this be the first delivered promise? I mean, Lane. I mean, it's Santa Kramer. We've been waiting since Christmas on our
if
swoop
someone
bikes,
tags me, if someone tags me in a post that 16 Kid got a restock of the A version, I will buy it for Connor on stream. I just said that it's on stream. I will purchase it for him.
Oh man!
I know my kid's excited for this.
Hey, it's only fair.
Chris is like, get it for me. Then it's only fair.
Yeah, you got to get it for the rest of us. Now you got to do something.
Hey, Ryan, you don't have to get it for me.
Oh, good.
I don't want to put you in that
that's
position.
no problem. That's good because I wasn't gonna, so don't worry about it.
I mean, after the swoop bike fiasco,
yeah, right.
we were misled into that.
Yeah,
my heart.
I made songs and stories of Lane.
I can do one figure. I'm not doing 6. I can do one figure. So,
absolutely, Gambino for sure, dude. Boba says the only critique I have on 66 Joker is the way they went a little light on the mustache. I could agree with that.
Yeah,
I could agree with that.
He had it darker on the show.
Yeah, let me pull back up the photo frame shot. Yeah, it is a little light, but it's still nice that it's still visible.
You can still see it. Though,
yeah,
so.
Exactly.
Someone will go back and hit it with some paint and give it a little.
Right.
If you want to see a really, really good interpretation of this version of the Joker, like for more modern times and stuff, which can definitely recommend go watch the 2 Batman Return of the Cave Crusaders and Batman versus Two-Face, which is the Adam West Batman projects he did, the animated movies, where if you want to see this Joker kind of them nail how he was in the original series in a modern time frame, both of those are great movies to watch. And it gives you even more appreciation for, although obviously Cesar Romero didn't voice it because he's been dead for a long time. But yeah, it would give you an appreciation for this Joker figure and how much I think it completely nails the look and everything like that of the character. I'm very familiar because I've watched these episodes long after they were already over, but like in syndication and stuff when I was a little kid, like back in the 80s and stuff, like 5, 6, 7 years old. I didn't quite get the whole be back next week for the same bat time, same bat channel, because then usually the next episode would air afterwards because it was like an hour or something.
Right.
So you'd see the complete stories. But where they're very I mean, even for the acid dream that sometimes modern stuff is, if you go back and watch some of that stuff, especially his Joker.
Sorry to cut you off real quick, Lane. Cigars actually has to go, guys. He's got a prior engagement. So, Cigars, thank you so much for being here. As always, my friend, I'm glad you were able to make it through most of the information tonight. And I hope you have a great night, dude. Thanks for being here.
Appreciate it. Always a pleasure.
See you, CNB.
Yep.
Night, dude.
See you guys.
Good night.
Have a
Take
great
care,
night,
bro.
everybody in the chat. Have a great night, everybody on the panel. Talk to y'all later.
Take care, man.
Bye.
All right. Sorry, Lane. Back to your thought. You were saying like you didn't get a chance to watch the show as it was coming out. You watched it way after it originally came out.
I mean, it was in case in like a decade and a half later or something like that or more. You know, so quite a while. But those animated movies are like a great way if you want to see more modern times, see this Joker, and I think you'll get more an appreciation for kind of the goofiness and oddball nature of this. I mean, it's hard to watch sometimes now, like the surfing episode where it's got Joker and Batman surfing, kind of like those 1/10 scale statues that came out from Iron Studios. There was that look and everything, but this is if you want a 180 of like Heath Ledger Joker, this Joker is the guy.
It's a lot different take.
But he still has the ideas of like mayhem and stuff that like is quintessential to the character.
And he's the one that started it all, right? So you got to give him credit for that.
Like, his influence on Joker, even like maybe more, not as much obviously live action we've seen, but his influence still into the modern incarnation of the Joker, kind of the chaos prince of crime that is still inherent to to the character. I mean, even the look, like quite honestly, the look of Cesar Romero, maybe a little bit more with Jack Nicholson these days, is still there in the comics.
Exactly.
And you can still see it even after all these decades later, even after the actor's been gone for quite a long time.
Exactly. Chris says N1 tonight, anyone? Chris, I mean, if you have faith, I have faith too, man. But let's be fair, Owen. You're not here tonight for me to bust your balls. You told us Monday was the M1, and it's Thursday, man, and we don't have it. So I think you lied to us, dude. I mean,
that's the real reason he's not here.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't want to show his face.
I have a feeling that because TMS 98 and 99 were Rucker and
there you go, Sean. TMS 100, baby.
So I think that TMS 100 is either going to be this outstanding character that we've all wanted and no one's thinking about right now. It's going to be the N1, or it's not going to, I don't think it's going to be something that's just going to be like, what the Hot Toys were you thinking with that number? I think it's going to be something.
Hey, 8-bit fleet.
Really
I'll take the droids, though.
Hey, man, I'm getting paid tomorrow, so I think drops. Ready to go.
Yeah, I'm ready. And I want to say, Gambino, I'm so glad that I was able to influence you into getting something that you truly love, because you talked about it. You know, you got to get the
price point, man. I mean, it's a third party, but 145.
Now you just got to get the 66 Joker, dude, and you're set, man. You got to get the 66 Joker. And it's funny, guys. I didn't pull up the listing for this, and I'm gonna thank you for reminding me. I'm gonna bring it up towards the end, but we're gonna move on from the Joker to a bit of third party here that actually I think Ryan was actually interested in this set here.
And without any spoilers, though, they keep promoting that N1.
They are heavily promoting the N1. So guys, for those of you who are probably looking at this company, and we're just going to briefly look through the photos because I know some people are like, I've never even seen that movie. 108 Toys is actually who did the Dark Side figure that I'm actually going to be doing a review on soon. I just got it in. So that's who 108 Toys is. I'm going to skim through these photos here. How many of you? Go ahead.
I was just going to say I'd rather have Nicolas Cage from a different movie.
I'd rather have him from Ghost Rider, but Ryan, you said these interested you, right?
Oh yeah, they did. I mean, I'm a huge Face Off fan, and they're actually they're trying to do Nicolas Cage said he was going to do a sequel. He wants to do a sequel, so they're looking at doing a sequel to it. It's problem is that I'd like I'm ultimately probably not going to get them after talking to you, Connor, because there's a couple things about it that I'm kind of like, for continuity reasons, I'm kind of turned off about it. The sculpt on Nicolas Cage is like, even with the glasses, it looked better. Like I'd have them with the glasses on. But like the way I told you I wanted to pose them, it doesn't work for this situation because this is like at the very beginning of the movie when Nicolas Cage was legitimately bad as Castor Troy versus being swapped. So,
that's funny. He said, "Oh, they definitely need to do a face change." That has
I'm probably not going to do. I'm not going to get them realistically because
it looks like he's constipated.
Yeah,
sorry, Ryan.
When I first saw them, I was like really hyped, but then like kind of talking to you about it afterwards, and looking, I was like, I'm like,
I will. The John Travolta is not terrible. Like I'll be honest with you, if you're a huge fan of this movie, this might be your opportunity to get figures from this. Like Deep says, Face Change is one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time. So this may interest you. I mean, are the head sculpts fantastic? No, but is it the worst head sculpt I've ever seen? No, I wouldn't say it is. But yeah, I hear you, Ryan. I totally hear you. Oh, sorry, Sean. I didn't realize I skipped you on the Joker. Well, let's go back then. Let's briefly go back to the Joker. I didn't realize it, Sean. Sorry,
no,
Sean. I kind of
okay. You got monetized, and now
no.
That's what I said.
Hold up. We had an open forum on both of those. I didn't go down the line on any of those. So to be fair, it was an open forum. But Sean, if you would like to say something about,
I was just being quiet, letting other people talk. It's okay.
Oh, Sean, come on.
Reserve man from Utah, doesn't.
That's a bit creepy.
Around.
All right, guys. Since Sean's a big 66 Joker fan and he didn't get to say what he wanted to say, we're gonna pull it back up. So here we go.
Floor is yours, sir.
So hold on, Sean. I'm pulling it back up for you. Here we go. So I apologize, Sean. I didn't realize you had something to say.
Watch Sean says nothing.
Sean,
no, right? Watch him say he's not getting it. Move on.
It's good box. No,
okay, no, seriously though. Okay, so keep it. Okay, so the box art is actually really good for a third party, especially for how cheap it is. In reality, the tailoring looks really good as well. I like the facial features and how that really stands out. I do like this. However, I mean, I don't collect third party, so I'm not getting it. But I'm curious, once a lot of people get it in hand, if there's any massive like problems with it. You know, if anything comes up and, you know, a lot of people are having issues with one thing or another, but for a third party, this is exceptional.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan said that his body was a little loose on his 89 Joker, but apart from that, he was pretty happy with it.
The ankles are weak as hell.
Yeah. And hey, that's like my dark side that I just got. The knees are very loose, but it looks cool. It's a cool looking figure, and overall, I'm happy with it. But Sean, did you actually pre-order this one yet, or are you just waiting for another batch to go up?
No, I have so much stuff from Hot Toys that's on order right now. I'm not doing really anything third party, unless when Inbox Studio does the do back, then I'll do that. But I'm just mostly on the Hot Toys license stuff right now.
I hear you.
Just because I have so much that's on order.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to juggle it all right now. But Sean, 8-Bit Flea makes a good point, dude. He said you made me roll it back just to say it's a pass. Hey, he wanted to appreciate it though. Like you said, it's a very nice looking figure. I mean, the body might be a hit or miss, but it is a very nice body for sure. Or a very nice figure. Sure, I just said
it's not really about me. It was just I was just pointing that out in our private chat here. You know, I thought it was Sean, like a joke. Like you guys are like, you know, let's just pretend Sean's not here for a little bit.
Hey, listen,
you
Sean,
know, I wasn't going to make you go back. You know,
I didn't want to leave you out if you had something to say. Like I said, I was more so leaving it to an open forum, and I didn't realize you had something to say.
No,
so I
it's
wanted
okay.
to give you,
okay.
I wanted to give you your chance. Don't you say I get it. All right, but Sean, I'm glad you got to say what you need to say about that. We're going to move on to the next thing, and we're going to start with Sean on this one since he's in a talking mood. Sean, I don't know if you saw this post from Toys Buying Agent regarding the Jokers, but I've also been told by Owen that one of the other companies that he buys from was also in the same situation. So I wanted to hear your thoughts on this and kind of speculate on it. Apparently, Toys Buying Agent took some orders for Jokers, and it turns out that the place that they were buying them from was not legitimate, and they had to tell all of their customers that they were no longer able to fulfill their order on the Joker.
Right, but they're getting their money back, right?
They made it right. They get not only gave their money back, but they sent emails to everyone who had a pre-order and gave them discount codes. And they were like tiered discount codes depending on how much you spend. But I thought that was definitely really good in terms of customer service. But also, Beskar Kid, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. But Sean, what are your thoughts on that? Do you have any theories on what happened with this?
So I was hyped up just like everybody else was within art for the Joker, and I pre-ordered the 2-pack, the sculpted hair. And kind of when John, the one who's a spokesperson for InArt, going from stream to stream to stream, just when you listen to someone and you observe them and you just have a feeling like you can't trust that individual, I just had a bad feeling and I pulled out. And with this situation here, I'm kind of glad that I did, because a lot of people are having problems. And now, you know, situations like this are coming up for InArt with their first product. They're not showing like they're going to be a really good company for people to deal with. And my interpretation of it, this, along with everything else, they're not replacing Hot Toys anytime soon. Now, you know, the owner of the company, he told everyone up front, you know, hey, this happened. This is not our fault. We're sorry. You know, he took ownership of the situation, and he was ready for anyone to vent or whatever. And he explained it well. He didn't have to do, you know, all these multiple paragraphs to explain the situation, but he did to explain everything to everyone, to leave doubt or ask follow-up questions that could possibly lead to, well, wait a minute, if that's the situation, why didn't you tell us that? He was up front and said everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm appreciative of any businessman that can do that.
For
And
sure.
that's my thoughts.
Yeah, for sure. And the interesting thing with this is Toys Buying Agent was saying that this is like a high level wholesaler that I guess they've had a relationship with many times in the past that falsely claimed that they were dealing directly with InArt. So very interesting. And again, I heard, and I don't have any particular name of who was doing it, but Owen told me that it was another like reseller that was told the same thing, and they had to cancel their orders as well. So definitely unfortunate. I don't know if anybody else had any comments on this before we move on to our last chance page, but Ryan, Chris, anybody, Lane,
It's just an unfortunate situation. I mean, I don't mean to, I know we're not going to go down that route of like InArts and all that stuff, but I just, from an outsider looking in terms of, I never purchased anything. I wasn't going to get the Joker realistically or anything like that. It just, like, to touch on what Sean said, it's just one thing after another, where for a first release, it, to me, makes it really hard to be really confident behind them, because it's one thing after another, after another, after another. You know what I mean? There's no consistency. And, right now, like Deshaun said, this was supposed to be the Hot Toys killer in a way, kind of thing. Well, I mean, the product looks good, but there's just stumbles all over the place. And it'd be different if this was like the 50th figure that they released, whereas it's the first figure, really, the Joker. It was supposed to be the biggest one, and it's just like getting it into people's hands, and it's this and it's that. It's just a lot, man. It's just a lot. And it's just like, I don't know. I feel bad for people that are in these situations trying to buy it. They just want this figure. That's all they want. They just want the figure.
I know, dude.
And it's like they're going through leaps and bounds to like, and at the end of the day, you're just hurting the consumer, because they just can't get what they paid for. And they paid $1,000 for this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like it's a $300 figure. It's $1,000 plus figure. I don't know. I feel bad for those people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I agree with everyone in the chat. Toys Buying Agent definitely did it right. Like they did right by their customers. I'm sure they took a loss on this in some way.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, very unfortunate. And 8-Bit Flea said it sounds like they got scammed. That's absolutely what it sounds like.
Well, I know you guys had, because I ended up, canceling my Joker. I know you were like, "Are you sure?" Connor was very much, "Are you sure you want to do that, man?" For a couple of times.
I tried to save him.
No, but I decided to cut bait, just because I not something like this, because I know I was going through Specs Fiction, and so I didn't have any concerns about that actually coming, but I had, from just my own concerns about the R&D of the figure and just some of the choices that were made about it and everything. Still think it's going to be a good figure, and so I'm not trying. I don't make Connor feel nervous and everything like that. That would just
trust me. I'm going into it knowing all the possibilities.
Yeah, and you paid a lot for the down thing on that. It's hard to just say goodbye to over $100 too. So
yeah,
trust me, it wasn't easy to. If I hadn't probably put my pre-order down like day one a year ago, like almost a year ago, I probably wouldn't have done it. I would have eaten and tried to figure out and stuff, but it was money I consider gone like a long time ago. But
yeah,
and it's not just the Batman. They're having to do that for all the Batman figures that they did and the Gandalf too. So I mean, that's
it hurts, dude. It hurts.
Yeah.
Man.
Now maybe the Batman, I still think you can find him. I don't know about Gandalf anymore. But some version of the Batman you might be able to still.
Yeah, some companies did restock on some stuff. Like I know Kit has some of the InArt stuff. I don't know exactly what he has. Spec Fiction got another batch of some of the stuff, but he may be gone now. I know.
It's just the timing for the Joker, especially. This is really hard. Like that's the main one right now, because that's the one we know is actually in people's hands and getting there slowly but surely. I just think that this launch for this first figure, it just felt cursed a little bit, hasn't it? Not anything great, like you open it up and the figure falls apart in your hands. Not like something like that.
To be frank, it was way over. I think it's been way overhyped. Personally,
man, this is going. This is going where I did. Yeah, sorry.
No. We can stop it, but I'm just saying. I'm going to say what I got to say, because now I just said it. I think it's been really overhyped, and the expectations from a collector standpoint have been really up to here. And I don't think they've fully met it. And I say that unfortunately. I'm not trying to say a dig, because I'm a guy with a broken Delorean people can make fun of. So Hot Toys has got their own issues.
Yeah, the Delorean.
What I mean is that the hype was just so set high. And there was a lot of people on social media really backing them for probably really good intentions of wanting it to be a home run. And I
Yeah.
think that the expectations out the gate were just so incredibly high to try to meet that it's just like,
Does it feel kind of like this has been just kind of? I'm speaking in
It's
general
kind
for
of-
once. Sorry, go ahead, Chris. Go.
I was just going to say it's kind of wrong to do in the first place because it's a prototype, whether it's Hot Toys or in art.
Right.
At the end of the day, that's what it was, and it's their first figure. So
Does it feel? This feels kind of in general, doesn't it, a little bit? Here, go ahead and if you were going to do
real quick, I was just going to say, yes, guys, head on over to the Hot Toys Hotline Facebook group. We gave away $20 in the stream. I think 12 more members. We're giving away another $25 gift card. So if you're not on the Facebook group, head on over. And once again, we have a group chat going. Absolutely. We have a group chat going. We're almost at 200 members, guys. Once we hit 200 members, a $25 gift card is being given away. And also we have a great messenger chat going on with that group. So definitely head on over there. Thank you so much as always, some guy, for dropping the links.
But I was thinking just with like this situation, just general, when you to also with the DeLorean and kind of the QC issues and what have you, and design issues.
Mm-hmm.
It's felt like in the last month that just overall in 1/6 scale, it's felt like a little bit of a sad time, a little bit, you know. And I don't mean like break down and cry, but it just feels a little depressing a little bit because you've had issues with the DeLorean, which was a highly sought after Hot Toys release. And in art, well, it's not the same thing, obviously, exactly, but you've had like this toy binding issue, and even some of the weird QC issues and other things that may or may not be happening with the in art figure. But it just felt like a little bit of a or even, you know, people looking in sometimes to make scrutiny, maybe the, you know, booby chi, booby chi, as I you know, just how that one turned out.
I almost forgot about it, Lane. I almost forgot about
it. But those two things, kind of some issues within our Joker, and then this issue with the DeLorean. Would you guys probably agree, at least for the first half of this year, was probably two of the most hyped or most interesting?
Yeah, I mean, the DeLorean was
what are going to come
anticipated, probably.
The DeLorean was one of the most anticipated 6-scale pieces in the past year, I would say, for most people.
And the Joker too, for being in art's first figure coming out and kind of seeing what they could do. And it just has been like, it's not the end of the world because we're still having other cool figures, like, you know, the Captain Falcon. Like, we had that amazing piece and stuff, but
Captain Falcon. We're getting Super Smash Brothers figures, Lane. Falcon Punch,
or the Chrome Beskar, like that figure. Even though people complain about whatever, some of the dustiness to it, or whatever.
Right. By the way, well said, Beskar. The only sad thing was going on 2 months with no Star Wars releases. I think Lane would agree with that.
Yeah, we've had Mando out, and we just had some kick-ass Bad Batch figures. But,
yes, sir.
But I just think those two things, there's been some really positive things a lot of people have liked and look like they have come out. Despite whatever the mixed reviews, that Ahsoka seems pretty good too overall as a figure. But two of the biggest things this first, like, I don't know what quarter of the year, that Joker, that DeLorean having those kind of problems just kind of sucked out your oxygen, kind of, whether you were getting both or not. You can't help but feel like you read this and go,
yeah.
Well, the thing is, though, onto Lane's point, it's not just the 1/6 community, it's statues too.
Oh yeah.
You know, my 1-to-1 bust
from Sideshow
for Mando. I mean, I have the right pauldron with the mudhorn that keeps popping out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then the head, I can't turn the head like it's supposed to.
Yeah.
You know, and then you got the Sarlacc damaged Boba Fett statue from Sideshow that looked like really amazing. And now I think Jeddah Patrol probably did the best review on that, showing how the paint was and how it was just cheaply done.
Yeah.
It's in the last 3 to 4 months, all the pop culture companies that are producing stuff are kind of failing all the collectors lately. And I don't know if it's because of cost or what, but they need to take a step back and realize that they're kind of pissing people off.
Yeah. And it's like in the action, like that Ahsoka. It looks like the Sideshow Ahsoka came out great. It's like that one came out really good, but you're having that.
You know what I think it is? I think it's a combination of them trying to keep up with production with lesser workers, trying to keep up with production time with slower production. And like we said, specifically with the DeLorean, they made a fix towards the end, which was obviously exciting for a lot of us, but then they just didn't commit all the way, and they didn't give us the proper materials to make sure it would stand the test of time. So,
and it looks like our reward might be running into what we had the last couple springs and falls, like a gaggle of like Hot Toys or just releases in general across collecting in general, from 1/12, 1/6 scale to 1/12 scale to statues or whatever. It feels like we're building to a confluence of another spring where just it's all that stuff happened, kind of the air's been sucked out of the room by some QC of these kind of issues. And then we're going to have like 10 items get dropped on our face, like, in 1 month. And we're like, oh my God, where's all this stuff coming from? Just that on top of it. And we're like, oh my God, man, I'm going up and down and feeling overwhelmed, along with just, if you're waiting on your DeLorean or you've had like Ryan had or something too,
it's easy to get overwhelmed.
You want to shut down from it for a little bit or for a while, or it can kill your enthusiasm a little bit. That's the only thing
For sure. I want to address a few comments here, guys. Gambino says, question for the panel. Any thoughts on Clint Eastwood preacher figure? The man with no name is waitlisted. It must be popular. Yeah. So I could tell you, Gambino, I have the Dirty Harry Clint Eastwood figure in hand, and it's absolutely fantastic. Now, I know some people are like, the sculpt isn't 100% Clint Eastwood, but I watched the Sideshow behind the scenes video. They've done many about the collection. And in one of the videos, they talked about, dude, I swear Sean needs a WD-40 his chair like ASAP. It's getting...
You haven't complained about it for the last couple of weeks.
I know. It was getting better for some reason. I don't know if you adjusted it or something.
Because I was on my couch.
That's right. There we go. So we're gonna send, talking about the Ryan get me the Joker. I'm gonna get Sean some WD-40. I'm gonna send him some in the mail for his chair. But yeah, Gambino, I think I was watching the behind the scenes video, and they talked about how they made the sculpt like 10% caricature. I believe that's what they said, and 90% Clint Eastwood's likeness. And I think that's accurate. I think that's what it looks like. And I think it's fantastic. The tailoring's awesome. My only complaint is that if you don't have the sweater situated right on Dirty Harry, it looks a little bit like puffy. But apart from that, it's fantastic. It really is. For a Sideshow figure, I think they did a great job. I do have Blondie on order from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. So I'm excited to check that one out. I won't be getting the Preacher because the Preacher's not really a film I connected with. I do think he looks great. And I know they have a fourth figure in the line now as well.
Josie Wales.
Exactly.
That one, the facial sculpt, though, I'm a little bit on, because it's supposed to be, I think, almost from one of the posters where he's kind of crunched up with a kind of angry when he's firing his pistols. It's like a look style.
Yeah, and he has two pistols too. It's badass, man. It really is. I'm not going to be getting the Preacher, but yeah, to answer your question, Gabino, I think they're fantastic. And we got a comment from Jonathan here. He says, just want to say thanks for all the great content. Your channel is easily one of the best in the community, and your engagement with subscribers and comments is a big part of it. Thank you very much for saying that, Jonathan. I very much do appreciate it. And I kind of make it my mission to respond to comments without interrupting the flow of the stream, of course. But I think of myself as a viewer when I'm watching streams, and I've talked about this with Ryan too and Lane before. It's nice when you drop a comment, you spend your time typing someone up, that it aids in the discussion and it gets brought up on stream. It makes me feel good, and it makes me think that people like to hear what I have to say. And of course, sometimes I miss the comments, and that's not intentional, but I do my best to pull up as many comments as possible. And of course, guys, once again, I very much appreciate the donations, but I will never only read donated comments. I'm always going to read all of your comments because that's how I do things here. But I very much, once again, appreciate all the donations this stream. You guys are absolutely incredible. I really am lost for words. But Beskar Kid says, and I know Beskar, I follow Beskar on Instagram, and we often comment on each other's stuff and like each other's stuff. He says, exactly 2 months between Chrome Mando and Kuil and Mando Ahsoka. It was about 52 days between pre-order drops. Yeah, dude. I mean, good for us Star Wars fans. Return of the Jedi 40th is this year, and we got May coming up, fastly approaching. So we're going to get our Star Wars glory here very soon. Don't you worry. But yeah, I mean, we're still waiting on Andor stuff, man. I mean, I do still think we're going to get Andor stuff, but it's like, where is it going to fit in? But hey, I mean, we did get our Bad Batch completed. So I'm happy about that. So that is a step in the right direction, in my opinion. And 8-Bit says he's got some oil for Sean. So thank you, 8-Bit, for that. We appreciate it, dude. We need all the oil we can get. No problem, Gambino. Absolutely. Yeah, the Preacher is really cool. Like I said, all right, Penn. Like I said, sometimes I miss him, but unintentionally, okay? Unintentionally. 8-bit, I mean, like I said, I don't really connect with that film personally in terms of wanting to complete the line, but that side of me is like, damn, I should get all of them, but I'm going to be very happy. And also, I didn't know that Present Toys did Tuco and Angel Eyes from The Good, the Bad, and Ugly, so I pre-ordered those two, so they're going to look amazing with Blondie from Sideshow. I can't wait for that. But guys, moving on to our weekly Last Chance waitlist watch, we have some new contenders here. So just today, actually, Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Kenobi series is on there. So
a lot of people want that one to get a wait list and disappear.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because, and granted, I do think he did get a decent amount of pre-orders when the show was new and fresh in everybody's minds. But I think, especially when the new one, yeah, and I have them on pre-order as well. I have the special edition exclusive with the box and everything. But I think a lot of people kind of forgot about this one when the new Kenobi came out for good reasons, you know. But yeah, he just showed up. How many on the panel's picking up besides Chris and I? Sean, are you getting this one? Lane, you're getting this Kenobi?
Yeah, I haven't paid off.
Yeah, I ordered the Kenobi.
Nice. Yeah, I think he looks great, and that Dio base is pretty awesome. I think that's like a very unique Dio base, and that kind of
is the one DX Obi-Wan we've got.
Exactly.
Whatever
you and I got it with that box. I don't know if anybody else did.
Yeah, I got it too.
Sweet.
Hashtag Justice for Sean's chair. Hey, Sean treats him very nice, but he's just old. You know, he needs a little bit of oil. He's a little thirsty. Penn says, you all give it crap, but I must own all the Obi-Wans and my wallet can't stop. I'm right there with you. I'm going to own all the Obi-Wans as well.
I got both
and
of them.
And the best part is no one can stop me.
Dude, I got the Alec Guinness, and now I'm going to get, guess what?
Yeah.
Yep, that's right. The Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Yeah, well, see, and the thing is, I got this and I got the Clone Wars, and they're both paid off already. So
nice. That's the way to do it, dude. Also, guys, of course, Doc Brown popped up. No, the weird thing, just a quick refresher about Doc Brown. He showed up, went back to pre-order. Now he's back on Last Chance. So we got Doc Brown on Last Chance from Back to the Future Part 3. Also joining him, I think as of yesterday or the day before that, Marty McFly from Back to the Future Part 3 is now on here. Now
that's the Clint Eastwood I know.
Right, that's also another Clint Eastwood, guys. If you're looking for another Clint Eastwood for your figure, there or for your collection, there you go. 8-Bit Flea talking about Obi-Wan says his face is too off. I still can't make up my mind. And yeah, again, I had mentioned this. I kind of defended that Obi-Wan when he first came out, and then when the next Obi-Wan came out, the Clone Wars armor one, I'm like, I kind of defended that one too much because that one's way better. So I definitely agree with you for sure.
If we need a retool, if we ever talked about retooled head sculpt a little bit,
it's
Obi-Wan Kenobi show.
And I'm hopeful that they will.
Especially when you compared it to the Anakin, the half like battle damaged.
Yeah.
Anakin facial sculpt, and you're like,
right. That Vader's a masterpiece. I'll say it right now.
Yeah, I know. You're just like, whoa. I mean,
can't wait.
Yeah, okay, one's Vader, but the other one's Obi-Wan. It's not like those are the two characters that are connected to each other, maybe more other than Luke and Vader.
Yeah, I agree. Another one that showed up on here, guys, an absolute treasure, and I pre-ordered 2 of these because I'm so excited for it, is the 1973 Wolverine. This one is very special, guys. I mean, not only is it Wolverine, we've been waiting for a Wolverine for so long, but this is the 1973 version, and he has a real leather jacket, which has been confirmed in the listing that Sideshow has up for him. And he's got so many options for different looks, which is why I bought 2 of them. I'm really excited about this one, guys. And I hope if you haven't had a chance to grab any of the versions, I hope you're able to grab this one. Because as you can see, the exclusive is gone. The regular deluxe version is still there. And of course, deluxe exclusive is long gone because that had a window when it first came out. So collector and deluxe are all that are left. So definitely make up your decision sooner than later on these.
I can still only say, like, quoting Jeremy Johns back from today, bone claws.
Yeah, I know, Lane, but you know what? I bought myself a pair of metal claws in preparation for these. So I'll have one with bone claws, one with metal claws. President Loki is now on Last Chance, guys. So those of you who prefer this over the TVA Loki, which is also on Last Chance, President Loki is now there. Me personally, I'm grabbing the TVA Loki. I just much prefer this look, and I love this head sculpt. This head sculpt is gorgeous. Like, This is like the best Tom Hiddleston likeness by far. And Ryan and I kind of talked about this previously, but imagine if the Endgame Loki had this hair. It would be perfect.
Oh,
It'd be absolutely perfect.
Do you think Sylvie may be joining them soon?
I think so, because look, actually, he's almost sold out. I just highlighted everything. Almost sold out. So I think she might be right around the corner. I'm going to be grabbing her for as well.
She's been on the she's been on the $20 coupon you get like when you have order ship one of those pop up.
Thanks.
So she's been on that for a while. That's usually when you can start. I think I start looking at to see when these figures might be starting to go bye-bye or something. If they start popping up there, that seems to be a lot of times what happens because Obi-Wan's been on there for a little while.
For sure. Absolutely. 8-Bit Flea, no, you can't sacrifice Doc and Marty from part 3, dude. Those figures are so nice. Find a way to squeeze it in, dude. You got to crunch some numbers, dude. You got to get them. They're so beautiful. And Tremble Dust says both are supposed to drop soon. President Loki and Sylvie, yeah, they should be right around the corner, right?
Well, Loki was pushed back. He was.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Loki was part of the group that was pushed back. It was President Loki that was pushed back, or the TVA version that we got emails for? Both. Okay, so
Sylvie has not been pushed back yet.
I'm guessing she'll probably get pushed back too. And actually, now that we're talking about that, we're going to bring up the next thing I want to pull up, which is we're going to talk about figures that were pushed back and then figures that actually have headed to the wait list over this past week. Hopefully this has it sorted how I wanted it. Oh, and another thing, briefly, Lane had mentioned that we wanted to bring this up, guys. For some reason, with this Ahsoka Tano and Grogu set, it specifies that the lantern is exclusive to this set. However, collectors who have the DX20, which is not this version, that's the base version, those who have it in hand have reported that it does come with the lantern with the DX20. So I just wanted to briefly bring that up. I don't know why Hot Toys did that. I don't know if they're just like, you know what, it's wrong for us to make a lantern cheap as ever and exclusive. So we're going to throw it in. But yes, apparently the DX20 does have the exclusive lantern. So
well, just limit it feels a little silly because then it makes so why helps contribute to why is the other one $30 more? Yeah. Okay, it's got the diorama. I mean, it's got the base, I guess, and a Grogu, but that lantern was another part of helping, I guess, to at least mentally justify why it's more.
Didn't we get an update to Cyborg as well today?
Cyborg is delayed as well. Cyborg is delayed. So yes, let's talk about who's delayed, guys. And I love this comment. Ryan just touched on it. He says, thanks. Basically saying thank you that they're pushed back. More time to stock the war chest. At this point, we are going to war with all this money we're spending, war with our wallets. And of course, some guys got to drop the hashtag Winter Soldier 2.0 in 2023. I hope so, man. I hope so. But yeah, guys, let's talk about some delays. So, of course, we already brought up the DeLorean. That was delayed. We have, as mentioned by Sean, President Loki and regular Loki. Cyborg has been delayed, and Carnage has been delayed. And I think
Carnage.
I think that's all of them. Yeah, I know Chris is a little upset about Carnage because he hasn't paid off. A lot of people are
upset about Carnage.
Yeah, Carnage has been delayed as well. But
do you find this surprising though, since we still haven't even had the last 3 figures from the
Silver Centurion, Jesse, especially Jesse, a much simpler figure.
Jesse, Silver Centurion, and what's the other one?
Another simple figure, yeah.
Have not, so they're going to get those out before some of these other guys. So
we'll see. Jesse was already delayed once.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah.
It just, I know it's a pain in the butt, but we still hadn't even got the advertising picture finished yet. So maybe they'll be on the next one or something like that, for the next window.
Oh, that's right. Mando Luke as well. That's such a shame, dude. Mando Luke, that's what I'm really excited for. I almost forget about him because I'm surrounded by so many Luke Skywalkers, but that figure is
it'll come flooding back. Well, it just tells you how long ago you saw that scene he's from in Mando season 2.
Dude, that scene made me, I was bawling my eyes out when Luke Skywalker came back. I was on my phone. I was on vacation at 3 a.m. watching. My girlfriend looked over at me and just sees tears rushing down my face. I was bawling my eyes out, dude.
So one thing with Mando, so would I be, I'm not going to say for spoiler, but if I were to ask for like a base or something like that of the base of the thing that we saw in episode 2 of the Mando, would I be totally wrong asking for that?
The big thing. Yeah, the big thing. We know what you're talking about. We're not gonna say what it is, but yes, Lane. I mean that thing's bigger than an adult Rancor, so I don't know.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but I mean, just if
I would.
Nate keeps you.
How did he just get muted himself?
Lane, how did you get muted?
I just muted myself because I didn't think people wanted to hear me doing the copy of Nate's yelling of a certain.
I think we do want to hear it.
Beast.
Everybody want to hear it, right?
It's too late now. Now you got to.
We'll reserve it for Nate then. Webb says, "Damn, I'm super late. What's up, fellas? What's up, Webbs? I hope you're doing well, man. Good to see you.
I'm digging the logo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I like it.
CM Punk.
I know we got a big. We got a resident wrestling fan here with the beginning with the hype up with the belt. He's representing here. Peyton says, "Dang, how many times has Mando Luke gotten delayed?" I don't know. That's a question for Sean. How many times has Mando Luke shown a delay email? Do you know, Sean?
I thought this was
twice.
Twice.
Hang on, I'm pulling them up.
See, Sean's the numbers guy. He's our numbers guy because he really does a good job at tracking all this stuff. But yeah, guys, while Sean's looking that up,
I'll pull it up.
No problem. I want to go through some of the stuff that's recently waitlisted, guys. So let's see. Maybe not on this page. It might have been on the so we're. Oh no! Look what I just.
Starfighter.
Look what I reminded myself of. Kit Fisto, the 212 trooper. I know Peyton right now is crying when she says
that 212.
I know you're just full of. Sadness.
Let me not do this to myself. Oh, but I will do this with the N1. Hey, how's it going, buddy? Let me scroll back up.
Someday, never over the rainbow.
Don't you dare, Lane. Not to the N1.
Said it about Mace. We're gonna do it again.
All right.
Well, we were saying it was coming in 2025.
This time we have Sean on our side.
No
with the
chance.
N1.
This is the intro to Vince McMahon.
McMahon. I knew you.
No chance.
Real quick, guys. Real quick. I wanted to bring this up. So, Hot Toys made a post yesterday regarding this set. Let's just say this set is very. If you haven't seen the second episode, you're going to want to see it, and this is kind of brought back up again in the second episode. This set here. But Hot Toys made a post about it saying that this set was ready for adventure. So I'm like, is that you telling us that we're getting the N1?
Doing some major trolling. That's what they're doing.
Nah, dude. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
dude, it's like Hot Toys is pretending to be Scarlet Witch. And
I know.
It's
the
teasing everyone here about the N1.
I know, it's like Hot Toys. Are you dropping me a hint or what?
No,
like,
Hot Toys is just cock blocking getting that stupid WandaVision. She was announced 2 years ago.
I know.
Yeah, today or yesterday.
I'm very surprised we haven't seen either one of those Wandas. Anything like we haven't seen I'm surprised we haven't seen that either one of those Wandas waitlist, particularly especially the Multiverse of Madness one. But yeah, guys. So
Luke. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, Luke has been only delayed once. So he was originally to be released October through December 22, and then he was pushed back and delayed to March through May 23. So it's only been one time that he's been delayed.
That's what I thought. You think it's got anything to do with that sculpt?
I mean, maybe it's just fitting it into their current production schedule. You never know. Exactly, Peyton. That's what I'm getting from that, right? That's them hinting. They're hitting at something, right? Also, guys, Tactical Batman is waitlisted now, for those of you that didn't know. And then we do have a version of Ahsoka. The DX20 is now waitlisted as of today, actually a few hours before the stream. So, I mean, guys, of course, we don't know if this is going to shift, but an employee from Sideshow that I personally trust because he is a prevalent member of the 6-scale community, he confirmed that this is it for the stock for Ahsoka. So, I mean, take that with a grain of salt. You could decipher whether you think he's lying or not. I don't see what reason he would have to lie. But this figure is now waitlisted. So the DX21 is all that remains currently. So if you are considering getting this Ahsoka, definitely keep your eye out, especially have your backup sources ready. We saw also the black, the standard version of Black Adam, just the all black suit is waitlisted as well. And I think that's about it in terms of stuff that was waitlisted this week. I think that's everything. Am I missing anything, guys?
Was it this
No.
week?
Okay, I think that's everything. But yeah, definitely keep an eye out, guys. Let me see what I got here. Okay. I'm gonna bring up the main cameras, guys. We're gonna get ready to close out here. I just want to say once again, guys, being that we talked about 1,000 subscribers, celebrating 1,000 subscribers at the beginning. I just want to say once again, thank you so much, everybody. And thank you for absolutely showering me with donations. I very much appreciate it. I don't know if I'm deserving of it, but I very much appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Not only to everybody in the chat, but my friends on the panel who dropped me some love. I appreciate it, guys. Seriously.
Where's our $1 Million Men Ted DiBiase theme song be able to play in the background right now?
I know, guys. Like I said,
I want that
or that or something like that as he wears it over his shoulder, and that would be perfect. Right?
I'll get it one day. You watch.
And so he could roll his $1 bills. 1,
right.
2, 3, 4.
I know. That's what I got to do. After YouTube takes their big percentage, I'll be rolling them up. Webb says, I'm sure you guys have talked about it already, but I pre-ordered the 108 toys Sean Archer and Castor Troy. Face Off is one of the best action films of the 90s.
Facts.
Massive John Woo fan. Yeah, we did briefly talk about it, but yeah, if you want to go back in and watch the replay after we end the stream, you will see. We very briefly talked about it, went through the photos. But yeah, I'm glad you're really excited for those, dude. Like I said, what I said at the point was, if you're a big fan of the movie, I think that's going to be your opportunity to pick up characters from that movie. So, Boba says, thanks, guys. Thank you, Boba, so much for being here. And Boba generously dropping $2, man. Thank you so much, Boba. He says, congrats on 1K. And Boba, once again, dude, I know I say it a lot, but thank you so much, as always, for the support and for hanging out with us every Thursday, dude. I much appreciate it. Thank you, Webbs. I appreciate that, man. Very much so. I very much appreciate that. Thank you. But yeah, guys, also, I have quite a long review queue, as I mentioned. Hot Toy Collector. I know you keep asking about Ryu. Like I said, I'm going to be working on Ryu this weekend. I've got Ryu in the pipeline. I've got the Clone Trooper in the pipeline. I've got, what else do I have? I have the 108 toys. Speaking of 108 toys, I have the 108 toys Dark Side, as I mentioned. So I'll be reviewing that. I do have some gripes about it. I'm going to be honest in my review about it. I'm going to be talking about the 108 toys Dark Side. I've got Claire Redfield on the way. I happened to score a really good deal on Claire Redfield, and she's not even shipping from in the US yet. At least for most places, she's not, as far as I know. I know Sideshow's not shipping her yet, so I imagine most places don't have her. So I'll be doing a review on Claire Redfield, and we'll find out the hashtag jacket gate. Is the jacket that bad? Is the sculpt that bad? Or are the eyes that lifeless? I'm going to be doing reviews on all that stuff. And also, guys, I have a big box of stuff coming tomorrow. I'm going to be doing a fun video. I did end up getting Back to the Future Part 2, Marty and Doc. So I'm going to do a fun video with them and these boys right here from Part 1. So definitely stay tuned for that. And yes,
watch they get re-released tonight.
And I will buy them. I said this, guys. I went into it. You can watch the episode of 2.0 or Leave It Alone. I very much so think that they're going to do them again, but I'm going to be right there with you guys buying them again. But I got such a good deal, I couldn't pass it up.
Conor McGregor over here.
No, I literally, I barely paid above retail for them, so I'm very excited. Beskar says, good stuff, guys. Crossing them digits for Jet. Dude, I'm really hoping for that Jesse. I mean, you guys know, like 501st ARC Troopers, that's my bread and butter when it comes to clones. So we got Echo in some form. I would love to see an ARC Trooper Echo. Of course, Fives. I'm hoping and praying for. I really want my Fives. Fives is like, guys, if you've seen the Clone Wars, you know why Fives is that dude. I mean, he could have changed the world, truly.
We just need we want ARC Troopers, man. That's like, especially going back to the old Tartovsky micro series, like ARC Troopers, man. Just give us a couple ARC Troopers. We don't need 5,000 of them. Give us a couple.
Yes, we do.
What? We do need 5,000 of them. Penn says anything but blue. I say anything but yellow. No, I'm just saying that to mess with you. I want the 212 as well.
Taking shots at the point.
I know. Yes, 8-bit. The person that sold them to me was very gracious and gave them to me for slightly above retail. Like I think I paid like $40 above retail when you factor in taxes and shipping. So I couldn't say no to it. And I mentioned if someone gave me a good deal on them, I would pick them up in the 2.0 episode. So. Yes, Beskar, I'm dreaming about it, dude. I'm dreaming about it. And yes, Captain Fordo is another one of those clones. And you never know. The 20th anniversary of the clones, excuse me, I don't know what I'm saying. The 20th anniversary of the Tartakovsky Clone Wars is alive and well. So we very much might see Fordo. You never know. Webb says, my friend got that Dark Side decent figure, but the color is right. Yeah, it's and I'm going to mention this in my review. It's more so like a silver color where it should be like that purplish blue hue. They definitely got the color wrong, but I'm going to talk about that in my review. But yeah, guys, I have a lot of reviews and videos in the pipeline. I would have had some of the videos done by now, but I tried a new filming setup and it just wasn't working out. So I'm going to return what I bought, stick with the light box for now, and order some stuff over the next couple weeks and get that figured out so I can switch it up a little bit. Hot Toys Collector says, do me a small favor. Try to do the Hadouken pose during the review. It seems that this is quite tough to achieve for the figure. I just want to make sure it's doable before I pull the trigger. I absolutely will do that for you. I already planned on doing that because it actually does come with a set of hands that are like this for the Hadouken pose. And I think that's really cool. So I'm definitely going to check that out in the review. Don't you worry. Also, guys, I want to close our poll that we brought up. Very interesting results. So we asked the question earlier, do you see yourself canceling the DeLorean? Of course, due to all the different QC issues. And 47% said no. So that's actually quite a close poll. So it's good that you guys are talking with your wallets and you're not standing for QC issues. Obviously, fools like us and super fans who really love the car are willing to work with what we got. But it's definitely the smart thing to do to speak with your wallet. So I totally understand that. And I wish those who are going to end up getting the vehicle have better luck than some other collectors, you know. But moving on to Ryan, and Ryan, we kind of briefly touched on this, but Ryan, you're doing a whole series on the Hot Toys DeLorean. Not only did you do a fantastic review, but you've done some videos talking about Mike Lane's mods for the vehicle.
Yeah, so
kind of talk about that.
Yeah, so I did the review. The review's up on the car, so anyone wants to see that. And then I'm in the process of doing a series of mods on the car to convert it over. So if anyone wants to check that out, there's actually a playlist I made. So it's the car. I did a bunch of mods already. I'm still doing I'll do another video on Friday. I'll put one up on Monday. So I'm doing a progression of all different mods, not like Denobi mods where you can reverse them if you want to. By Mike Lane Mods is the guy who makes them. I purchased him in the past and I kind of befriended him. He's a really good friend of mine. Now I've been talking to like every day. So if anyone wants to check that out about the car, and then also the biggest video I put up today, which was the crack. So if anyone's interested, like I said, it was known in the community now that, you know, I did experience a crack in the car and I fixed it and it's better than what it was before. Something I was able to, you know, I'm content with. So if anyone wants to see that, it's only like a 3-minute video. It's not it's pretty short and sweet. So if anyone wants to check that out. So yeah. So that's what I got going on. I'm kind of in DeLorean mode right now, so I'm doing.
That's 8-Bit Flea's joke here, and I made that joke to you too. 8-Bit, I told Ryan that he had like a blowtorch and everything. He was welding a whole metal chassis under his car. But I'm trying to do as much for the community. Anyone who's on the certain. So if anything, I'm not trying to shamelessly plug, but anything DeLorean, you go over my channel right now. I'm all in on it right now. So that's pretty much what all my content's been so far, is everything with the DeLorean. So. Yeah, so guys, there's a link to Ryan's channel, Mr. Mom Collectibles, in the description. Definitely go check him out. Give him some love. Check out those videos because I think he did a fantastic job on those. Moving on to Chris from Collecting Madness. Chris, I know you just put up a review on the Clone Trooper from the 20th anniversary Attack of the Clones.
Yes, sir.
And do you have anything else planned coming up?
Not that I know of right now. I mean, Carnage got delayed, so that kind of ruined that plan, but I just usually wing it. So, you know, as long as if you're subscribed and whatnot, you'll see what's happening on the channel. I'm always doing something different. Other than the Trooper, the previous video to that, because they were kind of back to back, I noticed there was that WWE guy, so I might as well throw it in there if he's interested. I did an unboxing of the new Attitude Era authentic scale wrestling rings, so that's up there. It was a Kane exclusive. I have other stuff about my belts and whatnot too that anybody can find if they're into WWE stuff, but I also have, you know, the toy unboxings as well, and maybe a little bit of Lego. So I'm all over the place, but that's how I like it. And as always, thank you, Connor, for having me. Huge congratulations to you, dude, on 1,000. Man. You deserve it, man. I told you earlier, I'm proud of your growth and how you've created this little own community that we call our own. Love this chat. Love you guys. So
likewise, man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate it. And like I said, I'll be saying the same thing to you and Ryan very soon. I know it. And Big Dog Pound, I know you said goodbye. I hope you have a great night, Big Dog Pound, and thank you so much for always spreading the love to everybody in the chat and being here with us. I hope you have a great night, dude. So thank you so much for being here. And Lane, of course, Lane, we can't have a Hot Toys Hotline stream without you. Thank you so much for being here, dude. It was awesome talking about some great stuff tonight with you.
I had good timing for once in my life, except you faked me out.
Did I?
I thought it was supposed to be you're sending the.
Oh, so someone caught that. I hoped that it just kind of disappeared into the wind. But yes, I did make a mistake when I first uploaded the stream. I was thinking about the Tuesday streams we do. Those are 7:30. So I first put up the stream. It said 7:30. I'm like, oh crap. So yes, Lane.
Yeah, you
good catch.
You faked me out. So that's when I said, or else I would have tried to be here on time because I literally.
Yeah, that's my fault. That's totally my fault. I'll take responsibility. He said, "Yeah, I know."
But no, it's for. I realized may not have been the best work decision I ever did, but the entire reason when I was offered whatever day I wanted to work from home, because now I have to be in the office 4 days a week because my company sucks. But a lot of them are doing that now, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I could have chosen Friday, like half of my entire effing department did. Just works from home on Friday, but I'm going to be one of the like 2 or 3 slubs in the actual office on Fridays. I was going to say that when I was offered, but then I went, oh wait, I got stream on Thursday and I will never be back on time for 6 o'clock start. So I went, okay, I'll work from home on Thursday.
There you go.
So it was for this stream that
we appreciate you, Lane. We appreciate you making time. So I was like,
I must be kind of stupid. But, I love being here with you guys and, all the chat and everybody's here. So I'm sure in the long term, I'll find it completely worth it.
Sure.
Unless then eventually Connor just goes, I'm done, guys. I made my $150 or something.
Right. I got my donations this stream. I'm good. That's all I worked up for. I just wanted one stream of donations. I'm gone.
Number 52. Hey, this is gonna be my last one. Peace out, everybody.
Right, exactly. Thank you so much, Misfit Wolf. Misfit says, congrats on 1K Hot Toys Hotline. Mr. Mom and Collecting Menace, I'll be congratulating you all soon. And yes, you will.
Thank you.
I joke with Ryan because his content is doing so well with the Delorean. I'm like, dude, you're gonna pass me. But yeah, I mean, these guys, I'm very and Chris said he's proud of me. I'm proud of everybody here. In their own right, they're all doing a great job, and they're all great guys, doing great things for the community. So it's awesome having y'all. And as I always say, it's a pleasure to have you all. Everybody always tells me it's a pleasure to be on. It's a pleasure to have you all here for sure. Beskar's catching up. He says, going back to the Bad Batch discussion from earlier in the stream, yes, you need all 5. Yes, you do. Because when Hot Toys completes a team, you better complete that line if you're buying into them. Good night to you, Carlito. Thank you so much for donating and for being here with us, my friend. It's always awesome to have you, and it's an absolute pleasure. As always, take care. Have a great night. That is commitment for sure.
I do have to say to Matt, yes, I am a victim, but I'm merely the apprentice. Nate Meister is still the master.
Nate's the ultimate final boss victim. And before we get into our into Sean from the Hot Toys Nightmare, once again, guys, if you haven't already, hop on over to the Facebook group. We're having a great time in there. And once again, once we hit 200 members, which we're about 12 away, we're giving away a $25 gift card. And also Ghostbusters. I don't know if you're still watching, probably not. But if you're watching the replay, do not forget to reach out to me to get your $20 gift card. And congratulations once again. But Sean, first I want to say once again, so sorry for skipping over you earlier. I know you were joking around with me, but I am sorry for skipping over you. And Sean, what do you have going on in the channel? I know you got some clones incoming, a lot of clones incoming, in fact. But anything else you got going on? Anything planned?
Right now it's just waiting on stuff really to get more. I was gonna do a video for the clones. I just haven't had time yet. But waiting on, like, I day one pre-ordered Ahsoka Tano, like both the Ahsoka DX20 and DX21. I haven't heard anything from Sideshow yet.
Nope.
At all. And they've been paid off. So I just have to pay the tax and shipping.
Yeah.
DeLorean, still waiting. No notice, no nothing. I didn't even get a delay notice.
Yeah, people are still waiting for, like,
I got mine. Yeah, that's weird.
Falcon.
Yeah, that's
America.
right.
That's
Sam
been
Wilson
out for
Cap,
a while.
yeah.
That was released a while ago.
Captain Falcon. I like that, Lane. You got to keep saying that.
Sam Wilson, Captain America.
Yeah,
I just think Captain Falcon sounds cooler because of he might.
It does sound cooler.
He could actually Falcon
punch.
Yeah,
that's actually who I played with in Smash Bros.
That's he's such a spammy Falcon kick. He's such a spammy character. I love him. Real quick, Gambino says, my wife is watching this show with me, and she said you guys are awesome. Well, your wife is awesome, and so are you. Thank you so much for watching us. That's awesome. Two people watching on the same phone or same TV. I love it. Thank you so much for that. That's very awesome. Trumpet says Mark 1, Sam Wilson Cap, Ahsoka. Yeah, we're waiting on a lot of stuff from Sideshow right now. And Tremble said, yeah, I noticed a lot of these new releases haven't hit Sideshow yet. But yeah, for sure. So guys, yeah, as always, check out all of the links in the description. Once again, I'll flash this up for you right now in case you missed. Coupon code Hotline for $10 off your purchase 1/6 kit. And coupon code HTH for $15 off your purchase with Off the Racks. And again, I don't make anything off of that. I get no kickbacks, what have you. It's just a deal for you guys. So definitely save yourself some money in a time where saving money is grand. You know, we're trying to save money before we start losing out on these early pre-orders and we can't save money anymore. So definitely head on over to those websites and check it out and see if you can save yourself some money. And Penn says, I ordered this morning from 1/6 Kit and forgot about the code. Well, that's okay. It's a one-time use code, so you'll have something in the future that you could use that code on. Don't you worry. And of course, guys, take a look at all the creators which we view their content in this video. So, or excuse me, in the stream, Denobi, Big Brita, check them out. Great content creators. And thank you so much to them for providing those videos. And MRC Collection Ventures as well. Check them all out. Those are all great dudes with some great content. We appreciate them providing the content that we could use for the stream. So that's all I got for you guys. Once again, thank you so much for the donations, for all the support. So happy to be here with y'all. And I can't believe we're finally at 1,000 and on to the next goal of 1,250, guys. We got a new goal of 1,250. Can't believe it, but we're here. And I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and we will see you next time. And again, we have a bunch of great content coming from everybody here on the panel. I hope you guys have a great night and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and take care. We'll see you next time.
Remember to